Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones, the game where my players accuse me each week of trying to kill them, and I have to remind them that they're already dead.
Let's do it ourselves.
Post St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hopefully, you all made the most of it as best you could, and the hangovers aren't too bad this morning. But
I have a hang under.
You have us to comfort you during these troubling times. So
that is just sad. Stop it now.
Thank you again for joining us. For anyone who's new, welcome. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. We just had a new video come up, which was Liam's backstory, which is the first of the rest of everybody's character backgrounds, so you can get a better idea of who these weirdos are playing and who they're trying to be each week, who we file our taxes under, all those good things.
I should have, in theory, Atris's video up this week as well, a couple days after we post game.
Fantastic. So everybody else, get on it.
Rude.
Hey, does anyone else see that train coming? Why am I underneath it?
Because you're Walter and you rolled a 1.
Wow.
Hurts, don't it?
Oh.
Yeah, I have an appointment with my camera crew and my makeup artist and set specialist and script writer.
How many of those are your cats and how many of those are your wife?
Most of them are me. I'll let you guess which one the cats are.
Okay.
I honestly assume that the cats do your makeup. Just
They do walk on our faces at night. It's endearing. So
Well, there
far.
you go.
Remind me one night to come over and just like start stepping on you in your bed and be like, "It's 'cause I love you."
Only if you wear a cat onesie, Sean.
I have a cat onesie he can borrow.
Don't tempt me.
Don't make this real.
It has pockets.
I will be the cat fairy that visits you all at night.
It has pockets and it has paws and a tail.
I promise eventually we will play the game.
Oh, I'm winning the game of life.
Oh, I just lost the game.
Wow, and like that, I am back to the 90s.
90s, that was early 2000s.
It's fun getting into trouble. No one. No.
Yeah.
Anywho,
No one liked
go
that
ahead
game.
and tonight's episode of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones. So, when last we all got together, well, I just had a complete brain fart.
You're pretty.
Thank you.
Don't lie to him.
Did we all get back together? Who are you people?
You guys were just dealing with the djinn that you had found in the sealed box. And Atris, having completed the incantation that was on the front of the box after the warning of, hey, maybe read this incantation before opening the box, was encouraged to start making some wishes. Her first one being to stop this attack and basically let all my friends go. Okay, so the djinn returned to its box. You guys kind of got together with the aftermath. Noah, who you guys were soon to meet, realized that the screaming had stopped, so it was probably safe to check in as Bartleby came bursting in, thinking that he had to be ready for a fight. Suddenly, the smell of freshly turned graveyard dirt and death kind of proceeded as in walked in an ugly, pale, bulbous nose, gray sideburn, heavy set Nosferatu, because what else could it be? Who decided to let you know that his name was Noah. He's been watching you guys for quite some time. Was sent by Michael, the overthrown ex-leader of the Warren of Nosferatu that are currently residing under the mines of Taylorsville that have been taken over by the Elder, and his new second in command, Clementine, along with their personal entourage. He informed you that he was sent there by Michael to help you guys in your mission, and could offer a way out as you guys all looked a complete mess of blood and gore after suffering the psychic damage from the Jinn. All except for Liam, who was relatively unscathed. Noah flexed his new abilities and showed that he could cloak the entirety of your group, allowing Bartleby to be the one that opened doors as to not set off the notice. However, many of you were very low on blood and entered a room full of meat sacks. Wea not succeeding in a self-control roll.
Nope, it was
No,
Walter.
Oh, sorry, it was the other blood brother.
I
Excuse
had
me.
that distinction.
The other blood brother, Walter, who couldn't control himself, decided to pounce on the bartender. Liam decided to block the door, and you guys decided, you know what? Everybody dies. As Noah quickly realized that when traveling with the Obsidian Spurs, planning is just pointless. So it was then a slaughter fest as you guys murdered and ate everyone in the bar. As Adele just stood there, blind and now deaf, thanks to setting up
I
a full
sat.
silence.
I sat on a chair. Thank you very much.
And just waited in your sensory deprivation chamber for this whole fiasco. Bartleby quickly got the idea that as to not leave evidence, it is better to burn down the entire place, as he started spreading alcohol over the bar and encouraged you all to get as far away as you possibly could. As you all waited, you quickly saw him catching up, going, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. You guys all cloaked again as you started to see the trails of smoke leading from the area you had just been. Quickly, the fire brigade was called as people started shouts of fire and danger, and you guys made it out of town back to the Lucky Horseshoe Ranch, where your gracious host has been keeping your horses, and agreed to let you all bed down for the evening, so that way you could travel fresh to try and make it back to, I believe you were going back to St. Angelo, to your home base to try and meet with Rebecca, the Shimisi general of Lord Pembroke, in order to face, to fix the face of Adele. Wea decided that he needed some time after the nightmares that he faced to go into wolf form and hunt with Sonoy, his Gould wolf, and kind of have a moment to be a lone wolf of two for a little bit and kind of contemplate recent events. The rest of you kind of talked amongst yourselves. Liam practiced making faces, and that's pretty much where we ended things for the evening. However, Atris did discover that when making wishes with Jinn, your wording has to be very careful, as the Jinn did indeed stop that attack, only to allow another as more nightmares flooded each of your dreams, which for everyone except for Wea was very much a new experience, as vampires are not wont to dream, as it's less sleep and more non-living for the day.
It's a headache with pictures.
The haunting of those dreams sticking with you guys as the sun sets, the moon rises. You all spend a blood point to wake up. Do any of you decide to spend the extra blood point to appear human, or do you decide to leave it just normal since you're in the domain of a vampire anyway?
Blush of health, and I don't need it.
Just because I got the mask about faces, I'll just go ahead and roll for using my own brush of health. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got more than enough successes. 5 successes.
Yeah, 5 successes, you could look like anything you want to look like, so.
I am
Hey.
dead, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with it.
That's waste, but yeah, I just need the blush right now. I don't need to be.
Okay.
She's the
Adele, are you
blushiest
spending the
blush
extra
ever.
blood just out of principle? Okay, so go ahead and take off the 2 blood.
Because if I don't do it now, I'll forget.
Okay.
Miranda will forget.
You
She has
all wake
ADHD.
up, you look around and notice that Wea is still not with you guys. Other than that, you seem like the cellar that you've been in has been untouched, undisturbed. Wea, you wake up buried in the earth.
Oh yes, a familiar feeling. Well, I will get out of said dirt. And pull
Okay.
myself out.
Do you have to spend anything to do that, or can you just do it?
No, it is. I believe the only blood point it takes is when I activate it.
Okay. So you swim out of the earth. You're not far from where the ranch is. You didn't go that far, but you get the idea it's going to take you about 15 minutes or so to get back. If you choose to head back.
Yeah, I'll start making my way back to the ranch.
Okay. Are you going to have Sonoy come with you, or are you going to have him say where he's at?
No, he'll come with me. I'll whistle or howl for him and have him come to me.
If you're not running, it takes you about 15 minutes, and you eventually get back to where you see the ranch. You see some of the ranch hands working with some of the horses. You hear and smell horse. It's a pretty sizable ranch. It's not the biggest you've ever seen, but it's also definitely not the smallest. And you
It's
walk
just right.
yes. Meanwhile, the rest of you, what are you all doing?
Where's Wea? The hell did he get off
He
to?
never came back. Oh, you think we should go look for him?
Which one of you is missing?
Oh, Waya's missing. He's outside.
Okay.
Tall man.
A really, really tall one.
Sharp patches?
Yeah.
Hatchets?
Got it. Got it.
Adele, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Walter is taller than Wea.
Listen, they're both tall.
I don't know how you don't see it, especially now.
You
I
think
think
it's
Waya's
just a hat?
A bit. Waya's just got a bigger size. He filled a room better. So he may be shorter, but he's a bit more imposing. No offense to you, Walter.
Is there
Hey,
any...
as long as no one suspects me, it gives me a better surprise. But where the hell's Wea?
Exactly. There you go.
Adele, is there any way you could reach out to him telepathically and see if he's around?
Walter tries to do that. Walter
Okay.
squints his eyes and
my
tries to
mojo.
sense where the hell his blood brother is.
I worry that you'd give yourself a headache, but I don't think there's enough room in there for that to happen.
Can't
Walter,
hear you.
go ahead
Busted
and
up my
give me a
concentration.
perception plus awareness roll. Difficulty
Excellent.
8.
Excellent.
Adele, do you send a message or
Yeah.
attempt to? Because isn't
Not
it?
one.
I have to roll against the current willpower.
What's your current willpower, Wea?
3.
Oh, excellent. I'm only gonna need 1 success. Hold on. Okay, and I have 6 to roll.
I don't know. I
Oh,
rolled
well.
9 dice last time and still ended up botching one.
Will you look at that? Hold up.
All ones.
A psychic
Somehow you
smack
don't
just-
reach Wea, but you get like infomercials.
And somehow Wea has another nightmare.
Snake oil salesman. Like instead of Wea, you're like, that's right. I said this is the finest thing
Jesus.
of the Mississippi.
So my
Puppy
original roll was 3, 9, 3, 5, 10, 10. And then the 2 10s re-rolled into a 3 and an 8. So I got 8 successes.
So Wea, you're walking back as you see the ranch coming up, as suddenly you get a ping, and in your brain you hear Adele's voice. Adele, what do you say?
Where in the hell are you? You better be okay, you tall individual.
And I can respond, correct?
No, you just hear my voice in your head.
Well, actually, Wea, give me a int plus occult roll, please.
Oh no.
Difficulty 7.
This is bad, guys.
Are you
We
just one
have
of Frenzy?
known what it might be
got one
because I
success.
wouldn't be the first one to have this.
Not necessarily. I mean, yes, Elizabeth had it too, but nothing says you used it on Wea.
All the voices in my head that I've ever heard in campaign have been evil creatures.
But this is my voice.
So, Wea, you have no
Terrible
clue that
voice.
she can't hear you if you answer back.
I'm almost back. Be there soon.
XOXO.
Should I just say that to myself?
Walter, you sense that Wea's around.
No, he's somewhere around the area. He didn't just take off. He couldn't have gotten far anyway. The sun was coming up. Actually, he was gone a while, but he's
Can't
around.
he do that dirt thing?
Yeah, I'm sure he's
I-
fine.
Would we know that?
I think so. He's had that ability for a while.
And he's done it.
Okay.
He's done it in front of us when we've been
Yeah,
down
like
in
he's
caves.
literally
Okay.
been like, bye bye.
Like going down an
Okay.
escalator.
He's
So
Mario'd that shit.
I'm less worried.
All right. Give it another couple minutes, and the cellar doors open, and Wea's imposing form comes back as you hear the footpads of Sonoy following.
Get enough fresh air?
Enough. Yes.
It worked. You
I
heard me.
feel much better.
You're in Sonoy feeling well.
Now, I know that you received quite a bit of damage yesterday evening, and I did make arrangements with our host for someone who won't be missed.
I'm pretty high up there on my reserve, but I do have 2 aggravated damage that I have to spend days healing.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I made the arrangement. So at least the first day you're covered.
So we're staying here for the first day then?
No. I just figured you'd be able to heal while we're riding in the carriage.
Oh,
I just
Okay, right,
assumed you
right.
would compel Liam the human to just follow us in the carriage.
okay. Well, yeah.
You have that handy carriage, and now it's shaping up to be ours anyway. So you'll get to
Yeah.
do a lot of this if you
Enough.
take more hits like that. Walter kind of squints at you, Wea. What does Wea's wounds look like?
What was the ag damage I took?
I don't remember what
I
ag
think
Um,
it might have been from the sweeping bone thing on top of the train. Because
Yeah, because it wasn't the
Oh.
it wasn't
No,
the
more-
Jin, because the Jin was lethal damage. It was just
I
non-soakable.
believe it
lethal.
was the bone creature I fought on.
Yeah,
top of
so
the train.
when
Oh.
when the Shimisi had gone into its horrid form, that's what the damage, because its wings that were actually razor sharp as it was flying flew by, and so his damage. It's hard to see because it's a little bit in tatters, but he has a shirt. But basically, he has 2 giant slashes across his chest.
But you've just been
Okay.
walking around with ag damage this whole time.
He's
We
had it for a
haven't had
minute then.
chance to stop. Someone had to open a box. I'm sorry.
Well, your apology is accepted.
I believe we opened a bunch of boxes. Which one?
There's that one that we said we're not going to open again. The one that's
Right,
locked.
ugly
That
looking
one,
with the stuff on it.
yeah, that one stays shut.
Yeah, I do not want to open that one.
Well, at least we got a lot of stuff we didn't have before we came out here, including maybe some wounds, but we're richer than we started. That's a good sign, right?
Oh,
And the
indeed.
carriage. Big deal.
You guys would remind me that even though your luck is fucked up, your luck is very good as well. So hey, we're all here.
Now, at the very least, since I know how much blood Waya needs for at least some of his wounds, I figured the rest of us, between waking up and anything else we need, we could easily share this person and make sure nothing goes to waste.
I have no problem with that. Although I'm pretty good myself. I'm not in any danger of being thirsty.
No danger.
But
But
any extras I'll take.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Oh, sorry.
Last night's events kind of sated my thirst. Did we set a town on fire last night?
Oh, we did more than set the town on fire. We might have we killed a lot of people. I mean, good to be fair, we don't know who any of them are. So I mean, granted, we have they could be all low lives. I mean, we've got them. We've got the person that we trained at the Lonely Coyote. So we've got a trail behind us.
Short answer,
Not
yes.
Not the first thing we've set on fire.
Technically,
train.
it was a building.
It's true.
Now, as you guys are talking, you do hear someone call down, "Y'all awake down there?"
Oh,
Yes.
yes, we're rousing.
Joe wants to have a word with y'all. Apparently, he's got a little present for you.
No, I do like a good gift.
Oh, so to go see him then.
I leave the cellar.
Well, I'm going.
I follow.
I follow.
Okay, so you guys follow. There's a
I
guy.
go back and grab Adele's hands. I'm just like, sorry.
There's a middle-aged guy with a big handlebar mustache, hair in a ponytail. Little bit dirty, but not like filthy. But you could tell he's maybe been breaking in one of the horses or something like that. Looks like. First thing you guys notice is even in the night sky, there's a bit of smoke in the air up above, and you notice that some of the snow is actually mixed with a black soot. And you look over towards where the town was at. And it's still standing.
Oh God! How much is still
Like
standing?
I mean, you still see the train yard, and because where you guys were was more towards the center of town. But you notice a large column of smoke that is slowly pouring out of it.
So the fire's still going to go on the whole day. Damn.
Hard to tell. You don't see any flames. You see smoke.
I retract my statement that I said earlier in the cellar.
Oh, well, well, I guess that's just us, I suppose. It just accepts her fate. That's what we become in this group.
Oh, we fucked up. We fucked up.
A lot more than 6 people died there.
Well, we don't know
I
that.
don't know that.
We don't know. So
I'd rather not. If I'm
Is
honest.
that y'all's normal protocol?
Define normal?
There's nothing normal about us. There's nothing.
We don't use a lot of fire, if that's what you're asking.
That sure did spook me.
And no, remind me next time Bartleby says he has an idea to ask him what it is before he does it.
Oh, it did seem good at the time. I did like where his mind was.
Like when he went behind the bar, I thought he was just robbing them.
So the gentleman saying there, if y'all come with me, boss wanted to speak to you in one of the stables.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
You guys approach, you see some of the other hands. They're all kind of stopping, and that vibe you get when someone was definitely talking about you, and then you enter the room and everyone like gets awkward and quiet and everything. You see eyes following you guys as you're walking with all the stable hands who know better than to say anything, as you get the idea that most of them are ghouled and working for this individual, but or if not other vampires themselves. As you approach and you see someone else breaking in some of the horses and things like that, and every so often you do hear that weird noise that sounds like something different than a horse coming from that third stable as you pass it. As you approach, you see your carriage. Your carriage looks clean, like none of the dirt and dust from or even any of the snow or anything that you guys have been riding through on the way. It looks like it's all been cleaned off, polished up, looks good. All your horses are waiting there, including Wea, your new horse. And standing there speaking with Bartleby is Joe as he goes by for the locals. Ah, my friends, welcome back. Did you rest well?
That's
It was
a
an
debatable
interesting night.
statement.
Oh,
Better than
It was
getting hit in the
great.
daylight.
As
A
you
little
can
bit of a rough day.
You are safe, unharmed, I hope.
Of course.
for the time being.
Looking
right now,
over
yes.
at Wea, perhaps a little bit, some of you more than others, but I see your handiwork is very noticeable as he gestures back towards the town.
It was like that when we got there.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
I-
sorry about that.
Not our intention.
We
hold on.
if something has to get destroyed to maintain the mask or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it was not a preferred method. It definitely was not preferred.
We don't hope that it draws as much attention as this did, but can tell you that it would have been worse if we'd blown that, right? So yeah, sorry
You
about
seem
that.
to forget that me and my kind do not care about that Camarilla motif of hiding our true power. And at the mention of Camarilla, he spends a blood point to spit a bit of blood on the ground. What I care about is business. And unfortunately, you have burnt down a couple of my clients. Now, luckily, I have quite a few clients, but I'm very curious and eager to hear how you plan to make this up to me.
How many favors do we owe him now?
So far, the one.
How many clients are you now missing?
Ooh,
And Were they pretty big spenders?
They were very valuable to me.
What sort of business did they deal with for you?
Probably too much.
These are all very interesting questions, but again, answering questions with a question, I'm letting you know that my end results will not meet what my monthly quota was supposed to.
What if I could give you one significantly large client? One that definitely goes from coast to coast and deals in artifacts of varying natures.
And who are you to promise such an individual?
Well, my sire, as well as dealings of my own personal, is actually the purveyor of the Silver Arrow Trading Company. And as you're well aware, us Ventru tend to have exceptionally deep pockets.
He strokes his beard for a moment. He looks at the rest of you. He speaks the truth.
Every word.
He does.
Which is odd for me, but yes.
Well, you found me in the generous mood. I will make you a deal. Ensure me that your sire will have exclusive business with me for all his special steeds for him and his business. And we are in business, my friend.
If you give me just one moment, I simply need to contact him.
Very well.
I am going to go over to the carriage.
Okay.
And set myself up inside, and I'm going to use that scroll for contacting my sire.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? I have it written somewhere.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
You hush your face.
So
Goddamn
Liam
golden
goes into the
retriever puppy.
carriage as the rest of you are just kind of left out there. Everyone else give me a perception plus alertness roll, please.
One, two,
Two.
3 successes.
Okay. Excuse me.
6.
Okay. Damn.
Very
Okay.
successful today.
Six.
Damn.
Damn, son.
That's
You
without
and Wea.
both ears.
That's without my bonus too. That's crazy.
Yeah,
5.
I'm not.
5. Walter, how'd you do? 2. Okay. You all hear it, but though I'll say Adele, Wea, and Noah hear it more. You start hearing muffled coming from just on the other side of the carriage.
Tied up by the carriage.
Something up with there, and Adrian is gonna walk around the carriage to look.
You see a young blonde man gagged and bound, tied up on the back end of your carriage.
Oh, I assume this is for you both of us? Wea.
And as you're looking at him, he's wearing a coat But it looks like it's been kind of torn and beaten. And there's a little bit of blood coming down, like he's kind of gotten worked over a little bit. Because it is still winter. So, and you notice in the sleeve where the tear is, you notice that there's actually the guy has some ink. He's got a tattoo. But you can't quite make it out because the hole's not quite big enough.
Okay.
Well, he's a man of his word, Joe.
Okay,
Hey,
so Sean,
Elizabeth.
sorry, I found it. It says I gotta meditate for 30 minutes and then I can have a 10-minute conversation. It says that I can it's 10 minutes per success on the activation roll. It just doesn't tell me what the activation roll is.
Okay.
It's on page 230. It just doesn't say what the roll is.
It's usually a Tremere thing. So this is going to be let's see. Where is my book? Here it is. What page?
230.
230. I'm on it. Rituals. What are we looking for?
It's a communicate with Kindred Sire.
Let's see.
Okay, it is ritual. It is intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
Right.
And that's going to be difficulty 4. Because it's 3 plus, the difficulty is 3 plus the level of the ritual, which this is a level 1 ritual.
I got 4 successes, so
All right. So you can do it for 40 minutes.
I'm not gonna need that long.
My
husband,
adults.
ladies and
Go
gentlemen.
on.
Sorry, I thought I interrupted someone.
Just us mocking you. Please continue.
Okay, so I'm going to meditate in the carriage and reach out to my sire through the ether.
Okay.
Tanavar.
Yes, my boy.
My apologies to communicate through such interesting means.
Indeed. This doesn't seem to be normally in your wheelhouse.
Oh, I've had some rather curious and enjoyable items I've come across recently. I really do have to share a few of them with you soon.
Yes, you do indeed have to.
Understandable. So I am in a Indian territory area just outside of Texas. And there is a rather large, interesting stable here run by quite a few what are they? I can't remember. Are they Tremere or
Shimmisy.
no Shimmisy? Run by quite a few Shimmisy. Wonderfully bred stallions that are natural born ghouls. Now, unfortunately, a misunderstanding has caused this person to lose a bit of clientele, but I'm hoping that our company can make up for that loss.
So you have made a mistake and you wish me to clean it up, is what you are telling me.
No, my ghoul made a mistake, but yes, by proxy, I made a mistake.
I didn't hear a difference in what you said to what I said, but very well. What is it that this fiend wishes in return?
Yes. Exclusivity regarding purchasing of thoroughbred horses for our carriages for company business.
He would, wouldn't he? I must say, I'm even impressed that there's a large enough operation of them out this far that I didn't realize they had traveled in mass from Europe.
Oh, we ran into a rather vicious one not too long ago on the train ride over here. He's been dealt with, though.
Good. I would hate to think that the Sabbat is getting a stronger foothold in the States.
No, this one was quite a free agent, but rather a large thorn in my side.
Well, I've taught you much in the ways of business. What is your take on this individual? Are his horses, is his stock worth it?
Actually, he's actually fitted our carriage with 4 of his own. And these are quite magnificent steeds, especially because they can run all day without getting tired.
Revenants are useful and hard to come by, especially out here. Liam, give me a charisma plus expression roll. Let's see how well he takes to it. Standard difficulty.
Well, you know what, Sean? It doesn't matter because I could. Yeah, I double botched.
Oh no!
I have no successes and 2 ones.
Trip storyline.
Wow, so this has just become a telemarketer call.
Oh my God.
New phone. Who dis?
Take me off your call list.
Damn it.
My boy, I have warned you about the Sabbat, Shimisi and the Sombra, and those who are blood traders who join them. And now you wish me to get into business an exclusive deal for the entire country in order to clean up a mess of a ghoul that, by the way, was your choice to claim. I think what we have here is a golden opportunity to learn responsibility for your actions.
What of a trade of knowledge?
Well, if you have some knowledge you wish to give him, that is your prerogative.
No, I mean to you. You said remnants are quite valuable, and I concur. One of my associates happens to have come across one of these Shimisi's ledgers of these processes. Granted, my associate can't read it, but I can. I can definitely take down some of the information and make sure that makes its way to you in exchange for this.
Send it my way, and I'll forgive you for wasting my time. However, I am not going to enter into a deal with a sworn enemy of one of the clans that ours helped form the counter organization for to clean up a mess. Now, child, pick up your toys, make what deals you need to make, but know that I will not clean up this mess. However, I offer you a counter proposal.
I'm listening.
Well, one, you can give them your ghoul if you wanted to make amends for whatever mistake you made. After all, you could always make another one.
I like this one.
You would think you would have learned after our first night together. I taught you that lesson back then, not to get so attached. But
Oh, not that. He's just really good at stealing.
Very well then, if you're going to have your nostalgia. The other option that I can grant you, if there's one thing that the Shimisi enjoy, it is the suffering and torment of others. Their tastes run such. So, I cannot offer you my services in making a deal with him. However, I'm sure if you tempted him with a show of true grotesque horror, something that would please him, well, I'm sure he would pay for that.
We already brought a Nosferatu with us. That seems to not have done the trick.
You are slumming it these days, aren't you, my boy? Very well. Well, the other option. Well, I could make a few calls. You send over that little book that you told me about. And in return, though I won't offer him exclusive rights to my company, I have a third party that, let's just say, is someone I handle under the table. You can promise him that one of our associates will reach out to him, and I can promise him a steady stream of orders for the next 24 months. That's more guarantees than I'm sure he will have gotten. Something is better than nothing, and I'm sure a counter offer would be better than no deal at all.
I'll definitely make the offer. I'm presuming that since it's one of our associates and we would rather not be directly linked to this since our clans are not the best of friends, what can I offer him as proof?
Well, does
I have an idea on that.
Oh, you do? Good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, does Bartleby need all of his fingers?
At the very least, he needs his big toes. Balance.
Well, you said you have an idea, so I will leave you to it then. Is there anything else?
That is all. Thank you so much for your assistance. And yes, I am aware that it is a cleanup job, but I thank you for your assistance.
Of course. Now that book, where was it again?
I will actually have to be making a copy for you. My associate is rather fond of anything regarding horses.
So it's on your person?
No, it's currently actually at my domain in St. Angelo.
Ah, then don't trouble yourself. I'll send someone by.
Well, I still need to keep the book. The ledger is important to my associate. That's why I said I'd make you a copy.
The connection ends.
Damn it. I exit the carriage, stretch my legs, pretend like blood's flowing back there.
So
H is to come around to Liam and say, "Did you have a good talk?"
As good a talk as I'll ever have with him.
Joe comes back around. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Tris.
Just he was gonna say, "Oh, let's see if we can get out of this hole we're in."
Joe comes up. So, my friend, we have a deal then, yes?
Well, as you know, our two clans are not necessarily the most casual of acquaintances. There are some scars that run quite deep. My sire, while he is absolutely interested in doing business, would like to make sure it's indirect. He has associates through a third party that will be contacting you, and he is guaranteeing you a steady stream of business for at least the next 24 months. Now, I'm aware that I don't have much else to offer you as proof, so I am more than willing to allow myself to be bloodbound to you for this effect.
Very well. You have yourself a deal. Come. I will do you the honor of not having your associates watch. So you plan to stay here for the next 3 nights then, yes?
No, I thought I just took a single drop.
Well, that's step 1. You said you wish to be bloodbound to me.
Well, we do need to get going. I really can't stay here for 3 nights.
Liam
'Cause-
remembers that
Because
there's
didn't that
different levels.
didn't that Thomas guy just need a drop for us?
There's different levels. There's 1 point bloodbound where the person's your friend. There's 2 point bloodbound where they're your best friend ever, BFFs forever, and then 3 point where you're their servant.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in like the one and done.
You have to tell him that.
Sounds like he's interested in that other one.
No, my apologies. You misunderstand. It's not servitude that I'm offering.
Okay. Very well. We'll do the simple way of doing this, and we'll be good friends. And he sits there and takes, and you see not so much his fingernail, but the finger bone start to grow and split the skin as it pushes forward.
Oh, that's a ritual.
Am I the only one that's imagining like the hamster in a cage?
And he
Everyone else is now.
reaches out and hangs his finger above your mouth,
No.
and he wills a point of vitae as it comes in, and it is indeed sweet and some of the most enriching things I've ever tasted.
Mm.
And suddenly, you know what? Joe, or as his real name, as you know his real name to be.
Oh, Marius, that was indeed lovely.
And now we are friends.
We were friends before. Now we're just closer.
Very well. I will look forward to meeting this secret business partner of yours. And don't worry, I am very good at keeping secrets. So, with that, your snack has been prepared. I don't think anyone will miss him, as they are looking for someone a little bit different. Apparently, you had a interesting run-in with a very well-dressed individual.
Out of curiosity, the person that you're providing to us, they're not named Eugene, are they?
Have you met Eugene before?
Met, no, but just talk around town and honestly, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, most already think that he is dead or run off, so he will not be missed by anyone but his wife.
Or not.
No. I do wish you good evening, and thank you again so much for the help. It has been indeed a great pleasure.
Safe travels to you, my friends, and I hope to do business with you again. Don't forget, I will call on you at some time for the favor you owe me.
Of course.
We shall look forward to it.
Well, I wish you all safe travels as he comes back around and speaks to all of you. And my tall friend, as he looks at Toya, enjoy your new steed. It is a fine one of my best, I think.
I'm sure I will enjoy it.
I'm taller than him.
Oh, don't worry, cowboy. You are fine as well.
Could you hear that?
Now, everyone, safe travels. If there's no other business to conclude, I wish you all a good evening. The road is that way.
May you have a pleasant evening, and Atris will bow and head to the carriage.
He bows and then he starts yelling, "What are you doing with that horse? What did I tell you? I have told you so many times." And he starts going off and starts berating some of the stable hands.
Well, shall we go home?
Finally.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a long time, but let's head back. No, Noah, you wanted us back in San Angelo. It's good coincidence for us that that's where we want to be too. Guess we should get going.
I'm sure y'all have a lot to handle on your plates. I was told quite a mighty bit about y'all.
oh, if only I was warned before I came to the States.
We leave no trace and we're so quiet everywhere we go. Don't know how you heard so much of us.
In the distance, there's a crack and another plume of smoke from the city.
It's just this wordlessly goes into the carriage and just not even says anything else.
The Nos did not forget about your train heist, if you want to call it that.
Was it a heist? Was it on a train? Technically, maybe.
Well, I wouldn't call it a heist.
I'm going to inspect our carry-on that's been provided to us and just see if he has Eugene's tattoos.
Okay, give me a perception plus investigation.
Investigate.
I got 2 successes.
Yes, he does.
I say nothing.
I have this written down somewhere.
How much are we really going to carry?
Poor Lyman. There's just a part of me that just wants to go back to Eugene's wife and just like alter her memory so that not only does she think she's better off, she left him.
You got a flashy there?
Gives him a flash there. Oh.
I mean, you have no. It's interesting the more qualms we have of kidding someone, but we when it comes to memory and someone missing them, what do we need to correct? Somehow it becomes a necessity.
So, do you guys head off?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a lot of
Who's
time to
going to
waste.
sit on top of the carriage? Who's going to sit inside the carriage?
I'll be inside because I have to nurse my injuries.
Okay.
I'm inside as well.
I'm gonna man
on top.
the guns.
Okay, so Atris and Walter on top, everybody else inside.
Driving.
On bottom. Everyone else on bottom.
Okay, so if Liam's driving and Atris is on top and Walter's on guns,
That leaves Weya
Farmer
and
John is carrying
me.
30 watermelons at a speed of 20 miles per hour.
I mean, basically what that means is Atris and Atris can be just like kind of sitting on top, literally on top of the carriage itself. As
Well, we usually had. I thought we had 2 guns sitting on top.
Yeah,
and
there's
usually
like 2
Atris and
gun
Walter
mounts
were
on this
sitting
thing.
on top.
Because that's how we were before. Like there was 2 of them, like one on each like half, just like next
That's
to each
how we.
other.
That's how we
yeah,
started.
yeah, I guess if you half cheek it, you can all kind of fit up there. I mean, the bench seat's mainly meant for 2 people, but you can wingle it.
Oh no, like they literally rode on top of the carriage with the guns that are mounted
Yeah,
there.
like that's
Okay, so Atris is on
Yeah.
one gun, Walter's on another gun, Liam's in the center. Yes.
The seats in front lower, and they're on top of the carriage.
yeah. Because the way we traveled before is that Atris and Walter were sitting on top of the carriage, and then in front was
That's right. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Bartleby, Liam, and Wea.
And are you going to have Sonoid run alongside, or is he sitting next to Liam? Or is he on the floor of the carriage inside with Wea, Adele, and Noah?
I could just have Bartleby like resting on the seat with me.
I'll have him in the carriage with us.
Okay.
I don't mind. Floofer.
Bartleby, Liam, Atris, Walter, and then Noah, Adele, Wea, and Sonoy inside the actual carriage itself.
Believe so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And you guys are going to just keep Eugene strapped to the back of this thing?
Well, Walter or Wea needs to eat and then start healing.
Yeah, Wea can do whatever he wants with that human.
I only need 3 blood points.
Well, you need to spend 5 and then start healing.
Oh,
Is he already
expenditure
tied up?
5 then heal?
Yeah.
Or do I spend it once I finish healing?
I think
No,
it's
you-
like the process is going to require it throughout the night.
Yeah.
That blood.
It's while you're healing, you're spending up to 5 blood.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to take Eugene and I guess I'll just take him down off the carriage, grab him, and suck out 8 blood.
Okay. Yeah,
There's
he's
no one
bound and
around,
gagged.
Well, there's no one around. It's just planes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still at the Lucky Horseshoe Ranch, like.
I figured we could eat first and then go.
I'll just say, I'm sorry, bud, but this is necessary for survival. And I'll just,
Okay. How many points of blood do you take?
I take 8. 3 to get me the max and then 5 to start the heal.
Okay. Yeah, he's dead. He has his moment of euphoria and then the sweet embrace of death.
Does anyone just need 2? Otherwise, it's going to go to waste.
If no one else, take it.
Take it.
Okay,
All right,
Atris, you
Atris.
bend down and
Pass the Capri Sun.
Yeah.
suck pass. So college. Anyway, so you all finish off poor old young Eugene. You load up and you start heading back. Now, are you heading back to San Angelo, or are you heading back to Jacksonville to claim your carriage?
Heading back to Jacksonville because it's because Jacksonville's halfway or is in between. So
Yeah.
I want to drop off the proof and then
Okay. So is there anything you guys want to say, accomplish, do on the, because basically what I'm going to say is it's going to take you a couple of nights to get there if you're not like working the horses, because one of them's a ghoul, but not all of them are ghouls.
Quick question. Noah, you're inside the carriage or are you outside?
Inside.
Cool. I would like to have a discussion with Noah.
You'll have to keep it very brief because literally think of it this way. If you were typing a term paper how well could you have a conversation while you're like you are literally willing your body to heal itself?
Well, that conversation can wait then. Sit
For
there.
2 nights.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Chad. How long were you planning on this conversation to be?
It can wait. It's not a big deal.
Because I'm saying if it's not a long one, and you're still spending the majority of the night healing, I'll let it happen.
I guess just questions. I don't know.
Sure.
I
Try
can't just be
talking,
like,
and then I'll give you the cutoff. I'll give you
Okay.
the gesture of like, hey, you're running out of time.
That sounds better.
Mhm.
So I'll motion over the Noah and grab his attention and say. So with the spade and the get up, were you a gravekeeper at some point?
Yes, I've dug quite a lot of holes, both outside my own home and outside of lots of folks' churches.
So you work just for churches and for the sake of burying them?
I work where there's work.
So you wander around digging graves for work.
Well, before I was turned, I used to be a portsman in Florida.
Wow. Quite the switch in occupation.
Couldn't really work on the port with the people when I look like this.
True. You do look like Liam to an extent.
I think you mean to say that Liam looks a bit like us. I noticed that too myself.
One eyebrow. Sorry.
I guess that would be the proper way of saying that, indeed. So,
I know
go ahead.
as a Ventru, he truly couldn't be one of us. He definitely doesn't act like us.
I'm not sure there's anyone in this world that acts like him personally, other than him.
That's a good chuckle right there.
Can I get like a gauge on how old Noah is by like talking to him and
Are we
conversating with
talking
him?
how old he looks in his like?
Yeah,
in general, or
how
are we
old
talking about?
he looks right now.
Okay.
Like if
Give me just a perception plus. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Actually, this is gonna be a wits plus alertness. Like you're gonna be sussing it out. So. And by the way, Liam, you're driving for whatever reason. It's like God. It's like Delphina's back with the amount of shade that's coming out of this thing.
all the shade.
Like, I know I can't hear any of this.
4 successes.
I mean, he looks older. Like, he definitely looks like, I mean, for one, it's hard because he's unhumanly ugly. So there's something monstrous about him. So it's like, how do you gauge the age of a monster? But given the gray hair and stuff like that on him, and you did see him when he was at least trying to look human, you would gauge someone in their, like, late 50s, early 60s-ish. So later in life, especially for this time period.
Okay. So I guess they got to you a little bit later in your years then.
Yes, my sire found me unwillingly. One night I was working, watching the ships, and I noticed that someone had docked. I went up to collect the normal fees. That was about the last I knew. I woke up the next day with an awful headache, wondering how late it was. They just left me under the docks.
Watching the tide
That's,
roll away.
That's a pretty sad way to start an eternal existence, friend. And I'm sorry about that. That sounds terrible.
I was lost for about a month. I found others like me, hiding. Well, they found me, I should say. I wasn't doing a very good job of following the masquerade I wasn't taught.
Yeah, I could only imagine not having any guidance. I don't think without the guidance I've got, I'd be standing in this carriage right now.
Well, I found a mighty group of Nos like me, and Michael took me under his wing, so I owe him a great bit. I respect the man.
I can respect someone that would take someone under their wing and teach them the ways. Sounds like you've had quite a journey, friend.
It was a long time getting here.
Well, if you don't mind, I got parts of my body that regrow,
I can see it. You should get busy.
and I will just close my eyes and continue focusing on recreating my body.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything that they want to say, talk about?
If there's any in between where there's any opportunity, Atrus and Liam would like to practice Liam's obfuscate abilities. She'd like to do that.
Okay. I'd say we've got time to practice it.
Yes, yeah, Leo and Moonwalker can kind of take turns switching driving and holding again.
Yeah, so it's not
That's
that
all
hard
right.
to practice.
Walter wants to practice his whistling.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me a charisma plus performance, please.
Eh.
Oh man.
Liam
What are
will
you gonna be
help him with that.
Okay, with the help and instruction, as suddenly he has blonde hair, red hair, black hair. I'll say it's difficulty 5.
Oh, that just gave me an extra success. I got 4.
You're whistling a pretty good tune. You're getting it across, and you're doing pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have too dehydrated of lips to be able to do it, unlike real life Lyman at this moment.
So yeah, you're kind of whistling up a good little ditty.
I know what whistling sounds like in headset microphones, by the way. I appreciate all of you and your ears, and I'm not going to do,
Make them bleed.
yeah, I'm not gonna do anything evil to you right now.
We believe that's good whistling.
Yes. That's catchy. Pretty good.
I would like to pop my head out somewhere along this road
Okay.
and start addressing the team as much as I could.
Okay.
Get to know them. So I guess the easy way to come out would be through the top or through the door.
It's basically you lowering the window and the curtains and then like crawling up the side of this thing and trying to hoist your fat mass through the little window.
You
Well, I
could also
guess-
ask us to pull over temporarily.
And slow down these revenants? Never.
So I'm gonna say give me a Dex plus Athletics, difficulty 7.
Woo. Okay, let's try and crawl out of here.
You gotta make a text roll to fit through the fucking core. I love those.
I'm not a
Don't double
small
botch
man.
this.
Not to mention that's a moving carriage, and like even though they have something of shocks on there, the thing's kind of rocking and
You weren't around when Walter unfortunately watched on the back of the train. You don't know what.
I have 2, but 1 botch.
So then one success.
success.
Only one.
Yeah, 1 success.
Okay.
Okay.
It is a struggle It is you get stuck multiple times as you have to sit
Like your
there.
legs are out, like
Oh god dang it! Oh, fuck, as you guys inside the carriage, all except for Adele, who can't see anything, are treated to the ass of this nos just trying to Winnie the Pooh out of this thing. One or two times. Should we slow down? Nope. I got it. Don't worry about it. He finally gets up. You almost fall off, but you catch yourself and you are able to.
Liam whips the horses to go faster.
Yes.
Dear God.
And he gets up, and for those of you up top, the smell of graveyard becomes stronger, and for those inside, it lingers.
Oh, hi, Noah.
Why, hello.
I just kind of look at Atreus like, you cannot breathe, right?
I do miss the gesture, but yes, you are right. I will hold my breath. Oh, what brings you up here, good Nora?
Well, the conversation down there had to end. He looks well rested now.
Oh, it's way stronger than he looks. He definitely he'll be fine. He just needs some rest.
I'm
Yes,
going to nudge Bartleby awake.
Uh,
It's like, my friend, it's getting a bit crowded up here. I'm just going to slow down a bit so you can get inside.
All right. He's still like half asleep, and you
So
realize he hasn't really slept in the last couple of days. So
I'll slow down to a nice trot.
Oh, why are we slowing down? I'm already out. I'm okay.
No, you're fine. It's that the human is a bit more squishy than you are, and I don't want him to die quite yet.
go ahead and make
yeah.
a Dex Athletics roll for Bartleby. I'd say standard diff. This isn't beyond the range of stuff that he's done before with stagecoach robberies and stuff like that with you guys.
Oh, he got 2.
Yeah, I mean, no flourish or anything like that, but he's able to get in. And Adele, you hear the door open and close. And ma'am,
I just wave at Noah, like, the seat next to me is available.
I guess we're playing musical chairs.
Didn't you hear the whistling, Adele?
Walter just whistles louder.
I hope you don't mind, but Master up there asked me to come and sit down.
I don't mind.
Thanks. No offense to you, but I'm gonna try and get a couple more hours sleep.
That is all right.
He looks down. Hi, Sonora. Sonora just kind of looks up and looks down, disinterested. Okay, yeah. So Bartleby kind of stretches out on the bench seat and kind of lays himself out and.
Well, I crawled out here to assess your situation. I wanted to see what other enemies y'all might be bringing to my parts of town if you were to come with me.
Oh, well, I would have said the Inquisition, but you said I'm not sure if you saw Henry was there. I feel like we killed everyone that may have been an enemy of us. Liam, are you remembering anyone that we made it? Well, I think you got some werewolf problems. I've not met your werewolf yet.
Well, we did let Marianne know the last time she was at the werewolves in the area are planning to basically just dead sweep the entire area of the mines if we don't handle the situation soon. But there's been a political shift recently. The son of the chief has ramped up his efforts to take his father's place, and he is not nearly as patient. For the moment, we have a tentative treaty with the chieftain, and that's just giving us this extra time to actually solve those problems, but the clock is ticking. But it would be most prudent if we were able to overthrow this creature and reseat Michael before the werewolves attack, especially if we have your clan on our side. It would definitely give us an advantage.
I don't think that my clan would believe in you too much if they still think that the werewolves are likely to attack you or anything with you.
Well, the wolves themselves just want to get rid of all the vampires in the area. They don't really care who's who.
We didn't
They
bring the
merely-
enemies to your area, you know. Walter calls from over the roof rudely from behind you. They were there when we got there. We came to clean them up. Y'all are welcome, by the way.
If
In the
y'all
future.
cleaned them up so well, why are they still there?
You will be welcome later.
I'd like to be welcome.
Now, we do have an ally that's near our domain, and she's been quite resourceful at devising different contraptions for us. I know something I spoke to her last time regarding was seeing about small explosives that spread silver mist. And we've been providing her with quite a bit of silver ever since when we come back from some of our journeys. So we do have items that we are preparing for this eventual attack, because I can assure you, whether we like it or whether you like it or not, they're coming. It doesn't matter what we say or do, they want us gone. So at that point, it becomes us or them. And I would rather it be us with your clan's assistance, but that means we need Michael back in power.
Well, like you said, I would like Michael back in power as well, but Clementine sits there on her little throne under the elder. How are we supposed to depose of her if my kind don't believe that you will win this fight against her and the elder?
From what little additional understanding I have, the elder's not really there, is he? He's somehow found a doorway that he's seeping his influence through. We find the
Well,
doorway,
he
we can...
seems strong enough to the rest of us. We do
Oh.
not want to fight with him.
No, we've definitely felt his influence far beyond the mines. He's testing himself. But we need to see if there's a way that we can seal that door, but I see no problem killing Clementine.
If we kill Clementine, all of her followers will make her a martyr. And that could only elongate the war of my kind. I believe what we wish to do is to convince as many people to revolt, as well as to fight against her. And I don't think we will get that revolt if they think that the fighting force is so weak.
What do we
Do
gotta
they
do
need
to
some
show
type-
off?
Yeah, do we need some type of strength or something?
I think that a lot of my kind would be more confident in us and our mission if we were to handle the enemies outside our border.
So werewolves first, and then we unseat Clementine?
Sounds like we're back to the werewolves, yeah.
I think that
I knew
would
it was
help us
coming.
most.
Well, it seems like we're going to be paying Josephine a visit sooner than I thought.
Oh, I am looking forward to my revolving crossbow.
And I'm looking forward to using
Revolving
these again.
crossbow.
Fun toys.
Walter's going to have a hushed, insistent Q&A with Atreus about what a revolving crossbow entails in the background of this.
what you do is you attach a big old sentence at it, and that's the way that that's what they just wanted. Well, when she asked Josephine, like she just wanted a revolving crossbow. It just looked cool from Van
It's nice
Helsing.
is mechanically it doesn't have to get reloaded between turns.
And it's still kind of quiet. At least that's the theory.
Wouldn't you still need to cock it?
Oh, the
I
crossbows you don't have to
believe
cock.
Yes, I believe it's meant to just load in and just be able to fire. I haven't seen it yet. I'd only asked our friend to make it for us. So it'll be interesting to see what she has for me.
But ordering silver tipped arrows might actually be something we want to consider as well.
Yes, especially if we're going to do werewolves very soon. Yes, I definitely would like to have some silver bolts.
And our mutual benefactor did provide some silver bullets, so that's also nice.
Yeah, it's not like we're unprepared. And Walter does like a loud like yo whistle right behind Noah's head, and out of his pack just kind of brandishes a handful of silver bullets and like rolls them around.
At the loud whistle, Sonoy kind of lifts up his head and his ears perk up, and Adele, you feel the shift in the room as this large timber wolf is suddenly getting antsy.
Which is concerning.
And you hear like a low growl as he's kind of looking up above him. Can't hear you, Chad. Your mic's not.
Really? Holy shit, my mic was right there. It's okay, Sonoy. It's okay. It's one of us.
He sits back down, but there's still that low growl of a pupper that is not pleased with the current situation.
I'll reach down and do a very gentle pat, pat.
He doesn't react.
I've been allowed to do that before.
As in the past, he doesn't react negatively, but he doesn't necessarily lean into it more.
Because I don't mean it in a condescending way. It is not a condescending there pupper way.
He allows it to happen.
That's a narrowed eye then.
Not that she could tell.
Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, is there anything else you guys want to accomplish? Any other conversations or anything else you guys want to accomplish over the next couple nights?
No, that's about it for now for me.
I always think of anything he just wants to do offhand.
Okay. So way I'm gonna say you're gonna be down 5 plus 2, so 7 blood.
Okay, well, I was down 3 and I took 5 to heal, so I'd be down 8.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you were at full though, right?
Yes.
So you have 2 points of ag, so you would have to spend another 5 the following night, correct?
Yeah, so
And
yeah.
then another 2 to wake up each night.
Oh shit. Okay.
So you're down 7 blood. The rest of you are down another 2 blood, just for waking up each night.
Oof, I'm thirsty again. Goddamn.
I'll say you guys are able to find shelter as dawn approaches. You're able to find shelter.
As dawn approaches, though, I'm going to, because I need to wake Bartleby up anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask him if he can attempt to snare any live animals, so that we can basically try and give Wea more blood when he wakes up.
Give me a wits plus survival roll for Bartleby.
How many nights is this? So how many willpower will we gain? 2, right?
2. So you also, if anyone's down, you also gain 2 willpower. Well, Wea, I won't make you roll the nightmares for this extent thing. We'll say that with everything else that's been happening, your brain's just kind of tired for a bit.
Okay.
3. Yeah. I'll say that he finds between it's hard because it's winter. So a lot of animals are like burrowed for the time, but he was able to get a couple of hares, a raccoon, a couple other things here and there. So I'll say, Wea, you can get a total with those animals like 3 blood from that.
Okay.
So only being down 4, and that's you just draining a whole bunch of animals.
Yeah, and I will do so.
Yeah. It tastes gamey. It's not a great flavor. It's not like human blood. Definitely not like Vitae, but it's sufficient. The rest of you down 2 blood. If you were down any willpower, you gain 2 willpower over the 2 nights.
I will also ask Bartleby, because he's gonna go to sleep anyway, so why not? Ask him if he can at least offer himself offer some blood to Wea for at least 2 more blood points. If Wea will accept it.
As you wish. Hey, Wea, thirsty?
That's
Don't
it's my
kill
go-to
him,
pickup line.
Don't kill him. We need to have him drive during the day.
And this is a weird situation.
Wea, give me an int plus a cult roll, please.
That's a 0.
0? Okay, you don't know anything. Liam,
That's a mood.
before you fully commit to this offer, I'll have you make the same roll.
Okay, what's an occult, you said?
Yeah. This is standard difficulty.
That's 2.
You remember that he's a ghoul, was not born one, that he was made, which means that your vitae is coursing through his veins, which means that there's a chance that if Wea drinks from him, he'll be another step. I forget, where are you any points bloodbound to Liam?
Hell no.
There's a chance that he would be if he drank from Bartleby.
So I
ready?
wouldn't know that with that roll, correct?
Correct. Your role, you haven't really had a lot of experience with, like, other than making your own ghoul, you haven't had a whole lot of experience with, like, feeding from ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
I already have Walter, and I already have Adele, and I've already made an offer to Atris.
So
He's
it's
collecting all of us.
it's up to you whether you would want to keep this information from Wea or whether you would want to be forthcoming about it.
No, because I already know that my relationship with Wei is tenuous at best, so I will tell him exactly what the
Not even
possibility
tenuous,
is.
you're like nanuous.
Then I will politely decline Bartleby. I appreciate the thought, Liam, but I'm good, thank you.
Very well.
Master, if you're done offering me up to other people, I go to sleep now.
Oh, fine.
Okay. So you guys ride and nothing else so much. Wea, you heal your 2 ag.
Yes.
I'll say the rest of you, if you had any damage, you've healed it up by this point.
I'm just gonna ask Walter to give me examples of potence, and he probably just slaps me around a little bit.
Walter is going to teach you subtle ways to, curl and use your arms, since we're rather like leg locked where we are, just to like move things around. Like he'll have you doing like little push-ups on the seat where you sit. Or I guess they're called dips, but whatever. And
Dip.
An Old
And, like-
West training montage.
You dip, I dip, we dip.
Get your hand off there.
Dip.
He's
You
gonna
guys
kind of
approach
show
as
you how to channel it.
As you guys see Jacksonville approaching.
Jacksonville.
It's been a little while
Yeah.
since we've been here. I don't remember because I know we have the Golden Goose. Was there a ladies' whorehouse?
I mean, it's an old west town. The answer is yes.
How many do you want? Because
I basically I wake up Bartleby and I give him like his $10 allowance and I tell him go have fun.
Thank you, sir. And he do whores.
Hey, sorry, I apologize. I should have mentioned this because I kind of thought we were just heading straight to San Angelo, but if we were in the direction of Jacksonville anyway, literally on the way is a little treasure cache we kind of made early on when we took out some humans masquerading as the Obsidian Spurs.
That is true.
And Walter is kind of wanting to stop by and check on that place and maybe grab some of that loot.
Sure. You guys can stop by and grab that. I would say it would still take you all in all from it's been about 3 nights and you know that Rebecca is due in San Angelo in about 4 days.
This is in theory, if we're coming from the north, directly on the way to Jacksonville, and there shouldn't be anyone there.
Yeah, you check out the place and you don't see anyone. Seems untouched.
Liam is just going to go through and anything that he can find in there that we cached that's silver, he definitely wants to pick up because he wants to give Josephine more materials to work with.
Perception plus investigation.
Can I assist with that?
Sure. If you're assisting him, then there's 2 ways you can each do it. You can each do it at standard difficulty, or if you just want Liam to roll, Liam can roll at difficulty 5.
Well, Liam currently already has 5 successes and needs to re-roll a 10.
Okay.
Liam's not interested in your help,
Noah, go ahead and
apparently.
make that roll. 5. Okay.
I only got 2 successes.
How many?
2.
2? Okay. You find like 1 or 2 things that are silver in this treasure.
Also, why he touching our money?
I don't know, Jeremy. You stop him as he's like kind of digging through your guys' loot.
I see stuff in the ground. I'm gonna grab the shiny ones. What you guys looking for, by the way? Let me help you.
My apologies, Noah. This is actually just a bit of a stash that we acquired a while ago, and we're just making a withdrawal. But yes, if you could assist me with finding any silver, we're going to need to utilize it for components.
Yeah, we got
Excellent. I
bullets,
already
but
got
we
a
don't
couple
really have.
right here.
Yeah. Noah, you hand over a couple of silver candlesticks.
Oh yeah, the stolen candlesticks.
Funny story about this place, Noah. This is you're the only person who's not in our gang who knows this is here. So if this were to go missing, it wouldn't be a good look for you.
For a little bit of intimidation behind that, if there's a lock on the main door of this building, which I'm sure there is, Wea will very loudly lock the door.
Okay. Wea, give me a manipulation plus intimidation. Noah, give
it's a
me
joke.
give me a
Oh no.
oh.
Yeah, I'm
This might be
sure
the
Wea's
biggest
joke
fucking
delivery is very animated.
Slide latch.
Yeah,
'Cause
true.
that's the only way I'm imagining a loud ass.
Give me a wits plus courage roll, Noah.
I didn't do very well. So I guess that's a good thing.
Are you looking for courage?
Aren't we all?
I rolled a 0, so.
I only botched once.
Oh yes, yes.
Wow. Oh, you only botched one.
I
So,
love
Whale,
Noah so much more.
you try to slam this lock down, and unfortunately, because it's just a padlock, it makes a little like dink click, and is not intimidating in the slightest. And even you are going, oh. Noah, as tough as you are, though, while the action itself was not intimidating, the fact that this hulking, scarred Native American warrior that you've been watching and seen rip people to shreds or cut them to pieces, the fact that he's trying yet failing to intimidate you is still a little bit scary that he's trying to flex on you, because you're like,
Guys, we don't need to come to violence.
I'm told I'm bad at jokes.
To shred you.
That's what I was saying. We don't need to come to violence. It's just just sharing. That was some good locking you did there, brother.
And I'll just like walk off quietly looking through stuff.
In the time that we because we had 3 days, you said, right?
you technically have 4 days until you have to be at San Angelo.
But you said we've been traveling for 3 days.
Right.
At some point, I did want to ask Adele if she could read the items that were in each of the chests a little bit more thoroughly, because we know that they're magical. We just don't know really much anything else.
Because last time, Adele, if you remember, you kind of did more of a scan of the area rather than like a
Sure.
focus.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll do a one-on-one.
Okay. How do you want to scan them? Are you going to do aura perception? Or are you going to do more of a spirit's touch? Like, what are you going to do?
Because I know you aura perceived last time. That's where we got the general.
And I think I didn't want to touch them because they were magic. But I can't remember. Had you guys touched them at all?
We
items?
definitely touched the knife. We definitely touched the map.
Okay, so nothing like immediate happened.
No. The monocle was put in my face, but I never actually wore it. So someone was I think Walter was grabbing it and like trying to put it on me.
Okay.
It was held up to you. You
Yes.
just didn't take the opportunity.
And then
Okay.
there was a flute was the other one?
There was the knife, the flute,
The map, the monocle,
the map,
A
the
vase.
monocle, and
the
then
vase. The vase, that was the fifth thing.
Yes.
And now the candlesticks.
Okay, yeah, then I think I'll do Spirit's Touch.
Okay.
Because we definitely handled the vase too, and nothing
Okay.
happened.
That was my main concern.
So which one do you want to start with?
The knife.
Okay.
Time to write notes.
Make
So
it roll.
what's I can't. You need to tell me the difficulty. It's
Oh.
dependent on the age and spiritual strength of the object / user.
How far back does Adele want? Tell me how far back Adele wants to go on each of these items. I'll say this, and this is your common sense for the night. Here's the trade-off. If you only go into the near history, you have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be a lot of the same. You know that Kasim got these items from somewhere and was planning on either selling them, keeping them, delivering them. So it's going to be a lot of them and Kasim. However, it's safe.
I want to find out like what. Obviously, they're magic. Obviously, he had them. So what makes them what's the magic?
You want to
What
go back
makes
to their
them-
origin, I'll say, given what you felt before, you get the sense that they're very old, so you're going to have to go back deep, and it's going to be a lot more difficult.
Okay.
So for each of these items, if you're trying to go back to their like origin, it's going to be difficulty 9. You sense it when you approach and you kind of like have your hand outstretched. These are very old items. We're talking like hundreds of years old at the very least.
I am. Let's see. How many do I have? By this point, I've gained my willpowers back and stuff, right?
You've gained at least 2. If you've spent more than that, then no. But
Oh. So yes, because I was only down that many.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower, and I'll go for it.
Okay.
Because I'm able to roll 9. So. Yes. Okay, hold on. Oh shit. Jumped out of my hands. Okay. Fine, I won't count you because you're a goddamn 1. Okay, including the willpower, I got 4.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And that's with a 1 taking one of them away.
Okay, so you close yourself off to everything else that's going on around you. Will your vitae to flow through as you make a connection, your essence with this objects, and open up the channels in your mind to try and see its history. And you see red. You see waves of red, and it's blood. And you know that this thing that's had a bloody history, but the visions are fuzzy because you're trying to go further. It's kind of like when you've hit like rewind at like 12 times speed kind of thing. You know that this isn't the scene you're looking for, so you're like, trying to skip back. And it's a lot. It's kind of overwhelming. There's a lot of, you can tell that this thing is, again, hundreds, if not 1,000 years old. It's
killed a lot of people.
But you start to get that sense of you're getting to the beginnings, near the beginnings of this thing. So you slow things down in your mind and kind of hyper focus in. Let me just pull up my notes on this guy.
I just hope Bartleby's having a good time at the whorehouse.
Hope it's a good whorehouse.
Hope he doesn't.
Or burn the place down.
Okay.
Oh, I think we found a new meme.
Okay. So I will say with 4 successes, you get that the time period is, we're looking at like 3rd century.
Okay.
At least that's where you see the flash. You see this old crone of a woman, crooked nose that looks like it's probably been broken in a couple of places and then like healed back up. Deep wrinkles, gold hoop earrings, white stringy hair, kind of a pointed chin, wearing a very basic brown robe. and you see her bleeding into this it looks like a kiln, but the color of the fire is blue, not red.
The magic.
And she's bleeding into the molten metal
Mm-hmm.
and talking over it in give me a int plus academics roll. Difficulty is 9, even for your background of history and studies of your upbringing.
Ooh, oh shit. Hold on. Another, oh, okay. Well, 3.
Okay. It's definitely something from Eastern Europe. So it's not something you're very familiar with, but it has that canter of an Eastern European language. And you remember
those are difficult.
Which, so it's one of those things of like Romanian or
Hungarian,
something like that. Again, these were not one of the languages that was super important for you to learn growing up. So it wasn't one of the ones that your tutor like focused on. You just
and
basically...
I personally can confirm Hungarian is one of the hardest languages to learn.
Yeah. So you just know that's Eastern Europe. That's all. You also remember that this ability allows you to see the memory of things, but not necessarily, it's not like it's an instant translator of I now understand every single language kind of deal.
Well, that's how it should work.
And you see this old crone making this blade, and working some kind of incantation over it as it kind of glows red for a bit. And you see her talking to the vision kind of fades and flashes again. You see someone that seems of someone of import, definitely a lord of some kind, dressed in armor, leather and metal, kind of a combination of the two. And there is a dragon on the front of his breastplate. And they're talking back and forth to the same language. Give me a perception plus empathy roll, difficulty 8.
Ooh. Tonight's a good night. Apparently those are jerks. Okay. Cool. 5.
You have no clue what they're saying, but you are good at picking up tone. There are certain things that are universal, tonally speaking.
Yeah.
The Lord is asking very probing, like pushing questions. The crone, who seems unfazed by it, is answering these questions, and they're gesturing at the blade. And he points to a mold that's on the wall behind her of a much bigger, what looks like what was the mold of the blade of a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of look around, it kind of looks like she's in a cave that's been kind of carved out to be this like kiln and like a living space and everything else. And you see these blue fires lighting everything.
Yeah.
And she kind of waves him off and offers him the blade, and you kind of get the idea that it's a reassuring kind of thing.
Okay.
The vision fades again, and you see this same guy hand the blade over to a young man, probably in his like late teens, also dressed up in armor.
Okay.
And you see him facing off against others, Give me one more int academics roll for me, please. This is only going to be difficulty 7.
Two.
Again, and more of an Eastern army. You remember reading about the Ottoman Empire, its origins and things like that. And that's what it seems to be referring to. Again, because when you first saw the blade, you're getting 3rd century vibes. Now the vision has shifted to more modern times. And you see him take out the blade, as remember that on the handle it had little strips of red silk that ended in little metal triangular pieces. They almost come to life like snakes and dig into the forearm of the guy, the young man wielding the knife, as you see the metal triangulars like piercing the skin and the ribbons working in as you see it bulge underneath the skin and work its way and wrap its way inside. And he definitely grimaces in pain and everything else. But while you see him grimace in pain, suddenly his eyes go red. And he just starts carving through one guy after another, almost seeming to know exactly where the chinks in the armor are, almost where it seems to be almost ignoring the armor. And when it's done, he's just covered in blood from head to toe. And you see the blade is just dripping with it. As slowly there's a red glow and the blood on the blade starts to almost evaporate into it until the blade is clean. And then you see him as he then coughs up a thing of blood from seemingly no wound, and he looks a little bit, he looks drained. I mean, he looks as good as he was, like, while he was fighting, he didn't even seem to be breaking a sweat. Now that the rush seems to be over and the red in his eyes starts to fade, he looks hurt. Even though there are no visible wounds on him, he looks really bad, like he's coughing up blood. It's not, and at that point the vision starts to fade and you lose it, just because trying to look back on something that old, it's like keeping a muscle in your brain flexed, and after a while you just have to let go because it hurts too much to stay focused in on it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell them, well, the shit's powerful.
Well, I wouldn't ask you to do that again, because it seems like it took a lot out of you for now.
I'll work on the others at some point. And then I'd convey to them all the details of what it does.
Now, would anyone else like to do anything before we go see our acquaintance in town and get some potentially good room service and board for the day?
I've got nothing keeping me here.
As we stop by that, like, cache, Walter wants to find the most expensive or biggest looking kind of cut gem that might have been in this. I believe there were gems in their loot from the bank.
Yeah. Go
And
ahead.
$200 cash. Those are the two things I want.
Okay, you can find $200 cash, and you're looking for what you think is the most expensive gem.
Yeah.
Okay. Int plus finance.
Let me roll both these dice real quick. I
You good
have,
with poker chip
well, no,
style?
I have nothing in finance, so that 6 does not count as a success, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's at least difficulty 7. You find the biggest, shiniest rock you can and go, yep, this one.
Excellent. I've never been happier.
You have no idea on the quality of the gem or whether it's worth more than any other gem, but this one is your gem. They're a lot like it, but this one is yours, and that makes it good.
Excellent. And I'll pocket the extra 200.
Okay. And Adele, I'll say you get the idea of if you were to find someone who is more versed in magic or magical artifacts or things like that, you get the idea that if you guys were to explain these visions more, someone like that might be able to better tell you how to work the blade and what the possible side effects are and basically get the ins and outs of it.
See, I'm hesitant to even bring it up to Mr. Black and any of his potential associates because I'm well aware that he would definitely take an interest in keeping them.
Got a point.
I think we would not like. Yeah, let's not attract any more attention to us than we need to with more intriguing things that he could possibly want from us.
Besides, I have what he requested, so.
I wrote big
Oh,
gaudy
look at it.
gem in my inventory. What color is it? Out of curiosity.
What's Walter's favorite color?
Let's just
Brown.
go with red right now.
You found a big shiny red gem. I will say, however, it is very roughly, it is not polished and cut. It is a like raw chunk of red gem.
Wow. All right. Big gaudy red gem.
Might be rupee, might be plastic.
That was all for that stop, and yeah, well, Walter
You
goes
guys
with Liam.
continue on to Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Well, I
think
would
we've got
like-
nothing else to do.
I would like to ask the
Okay.
gang if I could perchance fill a pocket of mine, since it cost me so much trying to track them down out of the state territory.
We haven't been
Well, I
here in a
did help
while.
them,
I
I
don't
helped them.
mind.
I have no stake in this. I'd helped them, but I did not help them acquire this loot here.
She's the one who opened the vault.
Of course, but
Adele and
was
I
not officially
opened
part of
the
your group
vault.
yet. If you'd wish to share, that is up to you. I did not wish to impose on something that I opposed on first.
I suppose
just
you
seems
could
to
do with
be-
some payment for helping us get out of the town unscathed, at the least.
Hey, I'll take whatever you want to get me.
Not you, our new friend here. You've,
Hey, I'll just.
you know what? Hold on. Walter goes back into the. Sorry, what?
Agents just walk away laughing at this point.
Walter eagerly goes back into this pile of stuff, and I would like to keep that roll of 0 and just look for 2 more gems that are not the biggest, but just gems, and
Okay.
hand one each to whatever the hell Walter finds. One each to Noah and Atris.
Since you're not really trying, perception plus investigation.
So
Watch, these are gonna be the most.
Regardless,
What?
Liam will collect some gold for Noah.
I just got 6 on that, but whatever.
So I see a pile of treasure, but what exactly am I looking at? Is this some guns that I'll have to pawn off, or is this a stack of bills and a treasure chest? There seems to be a lot here.
Oh, don't worry, I got you, friend.
So Walter walks up and Atris, you are given about a quarter-sized, very well cut diamond.
Ooh. Well, thank you, Walter.
You can do an int plus finance if you have it to try and assess the value of it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make that
Seem
roll.
fitting for a lady like yourself.
Gives you a emerald
0.
about the size of a dime, but again, very well cut, and hands it to you.
That was a 0 on that roll, Sean.
You have no idea how much this is worth.
It just looks pretty.
Yep, it's
What was-
pretty.
Woo, pretty.
Noah, you can go ahead and make if you don't have finance as a thing, then it's going to be difficulty 8. Otherwise, it's going to be standard difficulty if you do have finance.
I have
Intelligence plus
1 in
finance.
finance.
What?
Just
Just one? One's
That
all you
counts.
need, though. Int plus finance.
okay.
Either way, Liam's just gonna grab some gold or whatnot for Noah.
Okay.
Woo! 2 successes.
You know that emerald he just gave you is worth about $1,000.
Damn.
I quietly pocket it and give my strongest thanks to Walter.
Yeah, you can pawn that or put it in your a ring or whatever you
Oh.
want.
My God, that would be $16,000 today.
It's okay. The resale value is always crap.
Yeah.
Liam
I
just,
put my
yeah, Liam just
big-
gets a little pouch of gold and just like chucks it at Noah.
So no, you get also a pouch of gold on top of this emerald.
That's what it's like rolling with the Spurs. Nothing but cash.
Suddenly, like, your carriage has rims on it, kind of.
His
Sugar
shovel's got
Daddy, would you
diamonds
like
in
me to
it.
get back in the carriage?
Oh my God.
Splenda, Daddy, because that's 0 calories.
see a glint over in Noah's holster, and it's a gold-plated gun. His shovel is also
Noah's still
gilt in
like
gold.
ugly as fuck, but he's got like gold teeth. Next time you guys see him,
Yeah.
It's better than the teeth I got.
All right. Do any of you else get anything from your hoard before you move on to Jacksonville?
I'll probably just grab like a little bit of pocket cash, maybe like $50.
Okay.
That's what
Isn't
I
that just the
expected.
size of one tip for you?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I have other cash on me, but
Well, I see. I will pay you 1 money, good sir. And
$1 due.
yes.
I need more Earth monies.
All right. You guys load up. Adele, you contemplate what else these items can be, and what the heck you guys are traveling with. As you guys make it back to Jacksonville, I'll say you guys time things so that way it's about 10 o'clock at night when you roll into town. So still pretty thing. Where are you guys heading?
I sent Bartleby on his way to the whorehouse. I'm
Yep.
going to the Golden Goose because I have business with Mr. Black regardless.
Do the rest of
And
you
I know
guys decide to come with?
Yeah,
I'll go to the Golden Goose.
Yeah, I know what else to be.
Okay. You guys go. Once again, they have the 2 bouncers that are sitting there. It looks crowded, as it usually is, and it is the upper scale people. And you guys kind of remember that your clothes
Oh, right.
are torn, tattered, stained with blood.
I will go get a replacement of
Yeah.
clothes while they go
Uh,
to the thingy-mabob.
Where are you getting that from?
Is there a clothing place in town?
Yeah, remember that
Not
tailor
open.
who you said you wanted a hidden pocket in case you had to kill someone, and then we almost had an incident?
And you carved a dick in his establishment?
doesn't know that was me.
You also remember that he was only open for you guys because Adele made special arrangements that night, but you guys also remember that it's 10 o'clock at night, so most of the businesses are going to be closed. However, Wea, I'll give you your common sense for the night. You guys are thieves. Just going to put that out there of normal operating business hours don't necessarily apply for you guys. And this is before the days of security cameras.
Are my pants all ripped up? Like everything on my body is like shreds.
I mean, you literally rode a demon bone creature through a train and dragged it across train rails and then got psychically slapped around by a entity from another country. So
You could just say yes.
yeah, but you
Alright.
know,
All right.
I know.
All right. I got
You
the
get
answer.
paid by the
to
word.
this, guys. I got the answer. I'm gonna
Your
find a
modesty is
place.
showing.
I'm gonna find a place where I can be alone for a minute, and I'm gonna turn into an owl.
Best decision of the night.
it's like Wea's little black dress. It goes with everything. It just
I will spend 1 blood point to turn into an owl.
all right, I'll say you were in the carriage already, and Noah, you've seen this from afar before, but you see as this hulking figure shrinks down to the size of a fluffy, feathery softball as this owl with big yellow eyes just kind of stares up at you.
I'll offer like a little claw, like a handshake.
Do I shake your foot or your wing?
I'll put the foot down and
Whatever's
I'll put out
doing
the wing.
I shake it happily.
And then I will.
Nice to meet you. I've talked to some of your kind. I didn't think you would be such a dick.
If you have animalism, you could just straight talk to me, because I have that too.
Yeah, if you have feral whispers, Noah, so you could just like talk to him and
Yeah,
out.
me and you can literally have private conversations now.
Nice.
So, would that be speaking his native language, or do I have to hoot at him to get in?
If you choose to hoot at him, it would make the difficulty lower if you were trying to like command an animal, but it works differently for like vampires that have shifted into animals. Like that'd be kind of. So I would say it's more of like a telepathic thing that you guys are kind of like talking back and forth.
Yeah.
It would also make it
Oh.
way funnier.
Yeah, no, I think he has
Just
to hoot.
Yeah, he has the hoot.
It's the only logical way.
Hoot hoot?
Liam just kind of looks like he understands English.
Well,
as-
he understands when I'm silent too.
Bartleby, who's riding on top, is just hearing a lot of hooting coming from inside. Very confusing.
It's a Hootie and the Blowfish concert.
Yes.
And then I will take my usual roost onto Atrish's shoulder,
Okay.
and
Uh,
she'll put me.
what
in
are the
bag.
rest of you doing in the ways of clothes?
Atris is going to make a Mask of 1,000 Faces roll to make herself look pristine.
Okay.
I'll do the same to look
Okay.
alive.
Okay. Well, actually, now you can choose, Jeff. If you spend a blood point, you can look. I mean, for Nos, it's a little bit different. You can look human. You need to spend the Mask of 1,000 Faces to look human, so you might as well just do that. I will also say, just as you know, it's up to Noah if he wants to do this or not. This is a fancy establishment, so you may also want to up Noah's clothes unless he wants to stick out like a sore thumb.
And also, Noah, I apologize. We didn't explain this establishment quite well. It is a rather high rolling type of establishment. However, it is run currently by someone who is akin to a prince in this area. We were in the process of doing him a favor, so there are accommodations underneath the establishment for us to rest up for the night and order something to eat as well. So that's why we're stopping here. But there will be humans in the main lounge.
Oh, indeed. I will disguise myself.
And that was 3 successes on that roll, Sean.
Okay, so I believe with Mask of 1,000 Faces, 3 successes means.
I have the page up. He looks the way he wants to appear.
Okay, so I mean, your voice is still going to be the same, and which you're fine with. But if you,
Yeah.
So how do you want to be dressed?
Mostly she's just wanting to make sure that she's not, obviously covered in blood scars and whatever. Just her clothes reappearing as though they're normal. Maybe some jewels here or there, just to make it look a little flashy.
And are we going dress or pants?
We'll stick with pants.
Okay.
But her corset has a corset.
So,
well, yeah, she's wearing a corset.
Atris, her body kind of almost like going through a thick smoke, shimmers, and suddenly all the blood stains on the clothes and everything else disappear. She's wearing tailored pants, so very much think fashion nowadays for like pantsuit kind of thing. So like very tailored black pants, black patent dress shoes, a white button-down shirt with a black vest over it, and you're wearing a cravat on the front of it with a diamond in the front. I'll say you got your inspiration from the diamond that Walter gave you. So a little bit unusual for a woman to be dressed that way in this day, and I'll say you also have black gloves on. A little bit unusual for a woman to be dressed that way, but let's put it this way: if you were a guy, it would mean that you're very high class. But again, Atris doesn't really care about gender norms, so and your curly hair is kind of cascading back down off of your shoulders, and makeup done up, and you feel like you are, instead of dressed to kill, you are dressed to kill.
My other job.
Yes. All right, Noah, how'd you do?
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to wear a suit. I just want the blood and my human face.
Okay, so you guys look, and he very much looks like what's the actor's name again, Noah?
Eddie Pepitone.
Looks like Eddie Pepitone in his human form. Still smells like graveyard though, so there's that little bit of concern. And is sitting there, a dirty shirt that at one point was probably white, but is now more of a crusty yellow with stains and stuff across it. A vest that one of the buttons is missing and everything else. Pants have patches and bad sew jobs and stuff like that. Adele, you just sense bad fashion in the area. It's like a sixth sense. And
would this be appropriate? Would this be appropriate for tonight?
I suppose it'll pass. I mean, I would.
No, it definitely won't. However, we've purchased entry into this facility, and if you're with us, we can get you in, and I can definitely see about getting arrangements to get you actual garments, and so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm not gonna bother trying to look nicer right now.
In those uncomfortable soft clothes? Ugh. Okay.
Unfortunately,
I'm gussied up.
The more uncomfortable you are, the better you look in society.
Since y'all are gussied up,
place
any
doesn't
of y'all
have
want
any of those mirrors.
I don't remember if it did. Did the golden goose have mirrors?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the back of the bar had a full mirror that went along the whole bar to help reflect the light and help it give that shine.
Yeah, they definitely got that.
Oh, I might need a different disguise then. I'd like to cast Unseen Presence.
Okay, as Noah just kind of unseen.
I guess it's for the best, I assume.
I just kind of poke. I kind of poke where he was.
Y'all are gussied up. It'd be real nice if I could get a new duster or something, but I can't really be seen walking around right now, and this I can't really do what y'all are doing, and I don't necessarily look the friendly type right now.
Well,
to
I
do
can help with
business
that.
You can?
Certainly. The same way I did last town. So
That
I
works
guess
for me if I can go invisible or whatever.
I guess I will cloak the gathering on Walter and myself.
Okay.
Huh.
No,
And
you're
I want
gonna
to use Unseen Presence with that, not Mask of a Thousand Faces.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a role for it as long as we don't be too obvious.
Mm,
Is there sneaking to get into here? Things in our way to step around?
Well, there's the bouncers, but we have a paid membership. That's why.
Walter wants to make a detour before going to the Golden Goose. He's gonna go shopping.
okay, Walter, where would you like?
Same.
The first kind of clothier that looks like it would make outerwear.
Okay. Give me a perception plus investigation, please.
Got that. Well, that's a fat 3.
Okay. You look around. I mean, this is not your first time in Jacksonville, so you're a little bit familiar with the place. And you find a clothing store that is. You go off the main drag where it has a little bit more of the fancier duds, and you find kind of a place a couple blocks back that has more of the working man's clothes.
Actual useful stuff. Good. I'd like to take a quick gander in any kind of window or whatever to make sure it's not obvious that there's someone in there already.
Lights are out.
Works for me. I'm going to make sure no one's looking around me, and then try to pick that lock on the front.
Dex plus larceny.
Oh boy, we got that.
Anthony,
We got the meats.
you're well practiced from last game.
Hold on while I roll 3 10s again. And throw
Holding.
them on the floor. I don't. 2 of those were 1s. Well, the 3 10s were canceled out by 3 1s, but I have a total of 3 successes after all that.
Yay!
Okay. So actually, with pretty dexterous skill, it's not a very complicated lock. It's not exactly like this place is Fort Knox or anything like that. And you pick the lock and are able to open up the front door.
Cool. I go hunting for a super basic shirt that just looks clean.
Easy enough to
And
find.
maybe kind of outer kind of I don't know how to describe the kind of vest that a cowboy can wear that's useful, but one of those,
Mhm.
if there is one, if not, whatever. But a duster.
Yeah.
Mainly
I'd
a
say you can
duster.
find all that, not a problem.
Hell yeah.
Be my best. Be my best. Be my best.
Walter thinks for a second and then looks for pants too. And replace
You
those.
find pants.
He's real attached. He's definitely a lucky pair of pants kind of guy, but it's time to replace this.
You're able to
Alright.
find your pants, a shirt. I'll say it's nothing too fancy, although it is something that you could see maybe like the owner of a ranch while he's working would wear, because you do get the idea that if in the Golden Goose, it's like, again, it's definitely not formal attire, but it would be like, I bet that guy's the man in charge if you were to go up to like a ranch or something like
This
that.
is what Walter thinks is fancy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it all fits. It all works out. Well, I don't know if it fits, but it all works out in his mind.
Okay. So we got that. Noah, you at least look human and alive. You're just not fun to look at or smell. And Atris, you look like $1 million. Wea, you're an owl.
Yes.
means you
Liam, what
automatically
are
look
you
cute.
doing anything about your appearance?
No.
Okay, including your ugly face.
Well,
Especially the ugly face.
I was gonna ask because I know we've had like a 3-day ride and I've been practicing with Atris. So is that enough for me to get a third dot in I'll use skate to do Master of the Thousand Faces?
I'll say yes, especially if
Alright.
you had like Noah and Atris helping you out with it and give you a crash course in it.
Okay, so let me
Wow.
dot that in real quick and I'll mark off the XP that I have stored.
And Adele, are you doing any? Or is there anything you're going to try and do for your appearance?
I need clothes.
Do you want? Would you say that you would want to go with Walter on the?
I did say that actually.
Okay.
Didn't hear that.
No one heard me. I'm
Were you double
ignored as usual. I was not
Were you-
muted. Thank you very much. I was not muted.
So
There's
you
not a
can't
little
see, but
red-
you,
little-
Adele, you can't see, but you can sense Walter getting naked around you as he.
The wind just moves a certain way when that happens.
He's naked.
Your Johnson senses are tingling.
Stanley
There's
Park.
a naked ass nearby.
That was just me helicoptering. Sorry.
Oh no.
So Liam got 2 successes for that.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to also go clothing shopping.
Okay.
Well, Walter's leading a small shopping expedition, it sounds like.
Okay. At 2
Unless-
successes,
I'm not trying to do anything about my clothes. I'm just trying to like fix the warts, the gap tooth, and the
Right.
unibrow.
I'm looking.
I'm a little worried what kind
That
of
would
dress
have to
we're
be
gonna-
3 successes to look exactly how you want to look. However, what you can do is look indistinct, where people can't agree on what you look like. Some people say you look blonde. Some people say you look like a brunette.
Well, because I mean, I'm trying to look like myself. Like I'm not trying to severely like.
2 successes. He looks unlike himself. People don't easily recognize him or agree about his appearance. 3 successes. He looks the way he wants to appear.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say at 2 successes.
Because it's weird. Because it's like a subtle alteration of my own appearance.
True, but you're also trying to alter like something of a blood curse. Like you got part of the Nos blood curse. So you're trying to up your appearance at that point. But I'll say since you're not Nos ugly, you're only, because to be fair for everyone, as much as we've joked, you're still at appearance 2, aren't you?
No, I was already at appearance 2. This knocked me 2-1.
Oh, then yeah, you are Nos ugly, like human Nos ugly, like actually, technically speaking, Nos have an appearance of 0, and
Yeah.
like their
So I'm
human
almost
form,
there.
their human form is 1.
So like if this would put me back at 2, that would be my normal.
I will say that you don't look exactly like old Liam, but you at least don't look as bad as you do. Like you've touched yourself.
Fair enough.
a little bit.
But yeah, Liam's just gonna do that, and then he's gonna walk to the bounces at the front door.
Well, I'll say before we do that, Adele and Noah, are you looking at the? Are you shopping at the same place that
Yes.
Walter is?
Well, I would
I'm-
say that I could definitely find some clothes there, but I'd take a look around and say, this doesn't seem to be the kind of classy place for a lady to find a dress.
Well, I'm gonna ask them to hand me articles of clothing, and I'll be able to tell by the feeling how fancy something is. That was my thought.
It's all burlap.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, sure.
Audio is.
This is a very nice canvas.
Hmm.
Hold on, guys. I think I might have just lost my audio.
We can hear you.
Oh,
I heard.
Been good for us,
Oh.
Sean. I do hear like a kind of a ground noise, a little buzz.
Yeah, there was a little feedback.
All right. Okay. All right. I can hear you guys now, right?
Can you?
I mean, you
Yeah,
would tell
okay,
us.
cool. Um,
You're good. You're good.
So, Adele, you feel some of the articles they give you, and these are all functional outfits. These are not fashionable outfits.
Y'all couldn't have broken into a better place.
I
Oh,
was
do you
in the
see a better
woods
place
earlier.
nearby? Just point it out. I'll take you there.
Ooh. Would you like some ice for that?
All these
Um,
places look the same.
Well,
Well, so do all these clothes.
you look the same to me too. Sean, I went to that tailor's
Yeah.
spot. Was it far from here? I feel like we.
It was actually pretty close to where the Golden Goose was. Like that was
Yeah.
more of a fancier establishment, and you get that the more high-end places are in the center of town.
We could visit the tailor that you
Yeah, it
made
was,
friends with.
I didn't know we had better options.
Well, you know, this is the best I could find, but if y'all want to wear dandy stuff, then yeah, here. It sounds like you want to go this way. Walter will navigate.
I'll
them
I'll
to
take
the tailor.
offense to that remark.
all
know,
right.
again,
You
clothing.
guys find the place. It is also closed and locked up.
I would also like relock the door that we left if
Easy
it allows
enough.
it. And then go to the tailor's and again check if anyone is.
This, however, is
in it.
this is more. So unlike the other place, this place is more on the center of town. And while it is not open because of the Golden Goose and because of a couple of other, I mean, the Golden Goose is the main place, but there are a couple of other saloons and taverns and entertainments. There's a theater in town and stuff like that. So there's a lot more foot traffic going on because it's only like at this point like 10:20 at night and things are still going strong around, so there's a lot more foot traffic happening right now.
I'll kind of stalk behind the place and see if there's a door anywhere in the rear.
Okay.
And also if there are people back there on the rear of this.
Perception plus investigation, Walter.
Okay. Too many dice. Oh, that's a good roll. Okay, this is a really good roll. 6.
You're looking around, and while you don't see a back door, you do see some windows up on the second story.
I'm Second story. All right.
Now,
Um,
if you can be just a little bit sneaky, I can get you right in front of that front door to do whatever you please with it. But it's up to you to be quiet enough to get in.
Yeah, I think I know. Think I know a way in. Y'all just wait there at the front. Walter, let's say we maybe like met on the side of this alley of this. But anyway, Walter goes back behind and he's gonna try to climb up to that window. Stealthily, slowly, quietly.
Dex plus athletics difficulty is 7.
Go at him. Go at him.
I have a specialty for this as well, and that's going to be relevant. Even with all these ones. 4.
Very adaptly, you're able to kick off of one building, kind of jump back onto the other, and grab onto the ledge, and you're able to get to where the window is.
There's no light. If I kind of let my eyes adjust, I don't see any movement in there or anything.
Nope.
I'm gonna kind of get my hat and pop in one of the panes with it.
Okay. It breaks. And
I'm gonna listen. Oh no. Inside or outside though?
inside.
Oh no. All right. Real life is becoming. Art is imitating life. All right. So, I will.
It just
Is
looks like
this
I
the kind of
passed you a
window
cat.
where I can
Right?
kind of fit my whole body through already, or do I need to smash
Yeah, no, you
out
can
more?
fit your body through this kind of window.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of clear it out and climb in
Okay.
and look around and stalk around, try to sneak to the front door, but checking every door to make sure there's not like people in here.
Okay.
Where am I in? Is it a bedroom?
It is a bedroom.
Oh no. Okay.
Don't cause a
Luckily,
heart
no one seems
attack.
to be home currently. But as with a lot of these shops, oftentimes the shop owners live above the shop in order to protect their business.
Don't kill any children. It's fine.
Just children.
How could I
I
kill
swear
any if they
one of
don't
these
show up?
days that there's just going to be a mission that is at an orphanage and Walter's just going to know the whole thing. Like,
So all the children demons.
And at least one of them is going to be Reggie.
okay. Yeah, so you're in someone's bedroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to make my way to the front door
Okay.
stealthily, but making sure there isn't actually any people.
Perception plus alertness.
Okay. Yay. Still an okay roll. More okay. Further okay. I got 4.
You're cautious, but you don't seem to see anyone at home, to the best of your knowledge.
Yeah. All right. So what I want to do is go and unlock the front door gingerly and.
You guys wait, and you hear a click, and the front door opens as you see Walter on the other side.
Hey, it's Tom. Get in here.
Okie doke. I waddle him in.
Adele, you go towards the sound of his voice. Okay, you guys are inside Pierre's haberdashery and clothing.
I look around for a little pork pie top hat.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of fancy duds. They don't got shit on them or nothing.
Wow, that's new.
There's also a new smell in here besides you. Oh, What is that? I think it's called clean.
Correct.
Parfum.
Do you get any other duds, Noah?
Yes, I look around for a nice suit with a cleaner white shirt and a little coat to go with it. Maybe a
All right.
bow tie if I can, or a bolo tie if I find any.
All right, Noah, I want you to make a int plus etiquette roll, please.
God, I thought you were gonna be like, all right, Noah, roll initiative.
Right. The clothes attack. They are so offended that you touched them. that
Okay, 2 successes. I gotta reroll one. Okay, 2 successes.
Okay. You have never been on the inside track of high society before. However, you have, for the clan, observed enough of it in order to dig up dirt on high-profile targets and get good info that the clan could use to trade or blackmail people on. So you actually are fairly certain of what to wear and what matches. And I mean, it's like putting makeup on a pig, but like,
Hey, that's a pretty pig, damn it.
right. Like even Walter, you've got to admit that, like, I mean, you can't do much about his face, but like he cleans up decently.
I've been to quite a few
You
funerals.
look great to
and this
me.
is how they usually dress.
How they dress the dead or the living?
Sort of both. It depends on who's showing up.
Like right now, he's kind of rocking like the Danny DeVito penguin look. Like,
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm aiming
All
for.
right, looks fancy to me. Walter looks for clothes that he would think Adele would wear.
Okay. I want you to give me an int plus etiquette roll.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this roll. In fact, one of them is going to be Waya's
Do you have any
gem
etiquette?
die. Not at all, no.
Oh, this is going to be difficulty 8 then, because this is so not Walter's
It
expert.
could have been a 6 and I still would have failed. Let's go.
You fail?
I sure do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He definitely hands you a dress, and the material seems very well made.
What color are these items?
Pink.
They look to be a light red.
This is
Yeah,
acceptable.
It's pink. It's a good color.
This is acceptable, I suppose. I'm gonna dig into. I haven't really been spending money ever, but I'm gonna leave some on the counter.
Okay.
I don't just
Wow.
guilt
What a
towards the guy.
polite fucking thief.
Adele, the outfit that now you don't know this actually.
No.
Maybe she
have
can just
no idea
discover
about
this
this.
later.
So
Maybe Noah will see it.
Yeah, can I point
Noah,
this
you
out?
see it. If cotton candy was a dress, this thing has the giant shoulder poofs, the giant bustle in the back. Isn't quite the right fit for her. And with blue pinstriping on it and a blue sash around the center, and she just looks like a.
I heard this was a very popular style for young men in the Victorian age.
Adele, you just got complimented on the outfit from a Nos, which kind of lets you know how the outfit looks.
I'm going to look pointedly at Walter. You like Walter, sweetie, sweetie. I appreciate this. Do better.
May
Do-
I help
do a
them
little
find
better.
some funeral appropriate attire?
Sure. Because if I go in there looking like this, someone's gonna die.
The whole time, Liam is just in the carriage with Atria saying, I was just going to ask Mr. Black to have clothes delivered to our room.
How are we gonna get to the room?
I feel like this could have been done faster.
Noah, go ahead and give me a int plus etiquette roll, please.
Okay, I got one success.
Okay. This time, because you know funerals, it is a black dress. It looks like a mourning dress, but it does fit her a bit better and is more of a modern style rather than looking like someone's grandmother was probably going to wear that to Easter Sunday. So Adele, you feel it again, very high quality fabric. You can tell that everything that Anton makes is at least high caliber as far as the materials used.
Yeah.
This one feels a lot more slim, a lot less poofy. There is lace to it. And it looks very much, the best visual I can give you guys is if an 1800s school teacher was going to a funeral or in mourning for her late husband. That's kind of what this is. It's very business smart, like very formal smart, but like somber formal rather than party formal.
Okay.
I think this will do for now.
You even find a nice wide hat with a black lace veil that goes across the front.
Perfect.
Why, looky here. I even got you a matching topper.
Well, thank you. Walter, pay attention. This is a little bit better.
Dress for death. Got it.
Yes, because we are death.
Can't say you're wrong about that.
So a little
We're
bit
close now.
later, as Liam and Atris and Wea Owl are all waiting by the carriage, they finally all come back and they're all looking a little bit better than they did before.
We look like we might be allowed in public, at least.
Yes.
That's
Can I
few
reattempt
steps up.
my Mask of a Thousand Faces to fix myself?
I'll say enough time has gone by. Sure, you can try it again.
Okay, that was worse. I got no successes there.
Nice.
I'll say with no success, you didn't botch. So with no successes, you look the same. You look human, you look alive, but it's very much a nice suit on an but again, you know how high society works. It doesn't matter how you look if you have money, kind of thing. Like, you smell like death, you look like shit, but you're wearing $1 million, so you know that they'll let you in.
And you get a nice
Looks
emerald
like-
and a sack of gold.
I look exactly like the main star of every party I've been to.
And to be fair, you've seen some nobles and those inbred bastards back home. They're not exactly all lookers, let's put it that way. So do you guys go up to the Golden Goose?
Yeah.
They're standing there. Good evening.
Evening. Walter pulls a pin out of his bag.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. And I'll kind of walk ahead and then turn around and wait.
Do you all flash your pins?
Yes.
I make sure to collect everything in the briefcase, including the documents and then the blood vial mixture.
All right.
And I will climb inside Atris's bag.
Okay.
I just nicely stand in the middle of the group as they're walking past.
I just look at the guards like, no, my apologies, gentlemen. This here is an associate of ours, and he's actually a quite wealthy investor. He is our guest for the evening. Now, I'll be more than happy to cover his entrance fee for the night.
And what kind of board does your friend need?
No, wooden is usually a good one to beat with an ugly stick.
I more meant, will he want the ground floor or the top floor?
No, the ground floor is definitely going to be the most accommodating for our lively party here.
Understood. Very well. The entrance fee will be $10.
Thank you. And the young red-headed woman, is she here this evening?
Yes, she is in tonight.
Thank you kindly. And I'll give him the $10 for Noah.
They nod and let you guys in. So Noah, you've never actually been inside this establishment before. Usually when you were following the Spurs, you would wait outside of buildings and stuff like that. People start to give you a wide berth. They start going, and you know, sorry, as you notice them doing. 4 giant pillars in the place, all with lavish engravings of flying geese and things like that. Almost a oriental kind of vibe to it, kind of like on the silk paintings and stuff like that. To the point where they almost look like swans, with gold inlay and gold paint on the pillars. Lots of golds and reds in the color scheme of the place. Large long bar that's kind of a elongated horseshoe shaped bar, with at least 3 different rows of alcohol, so you know it's a good place. Different tables set up, booths on the side, where you see poker going on and faro and blackjack and roulette and different things like that. Some people playing darts off on the side. There's a relatively large stage inside the place with a piano to the side of it, where there's actually some dancing girls up on the front doing a number with the piano accompanying them. On the balcony, there's a second row. There's 2 staircases going on either side of this balcony, where you see people leaning over and laughing and talking. You see alcoves up there that have curtains for privacy, or they can be opened to be able to look out on everything else, with circular tables up there. It is, everyone in here looks very well to do. It definitely is not you get the idea that if you're going to the Golden Goose, you either have money or you're trying to your darndest to look like you have money and being your Sunday best to not stand out. And you see everyone working is wearing a gold, some kind of gold vest, both men and women, to kind of identify them as staff that are going around the place and serving people, helping out, things like that. You've definitely heard of this place before in your circle of Nos. Mr. Black is a very interesting individual. Again, they were not lying when they said he is the closest thing to this area be having a prince, so like the highest vampiric authority in this area, and that his organization is almost national at this point. He has a lot of fingers in a lot of pockets, and there's a lot of people that owe him favors, which makes him very dangerous. He's someone you would want to do business with, as long as you never intend to cross him, because you probably won't make it through the week. And other than that, his past is somewhat a mystery even to you guys, which you find even more intriguing, that he's done a good enough job of covering up his past. but you know that he's very interested in any kind of arcane or magical texts, artifacts, anything of that kind of nature. Is usually willing to pay very handsomely for such genuine items. He also has actually done business with you guys in the past of getting dirt on like his competition, both mortal and vampiric. So you've never met him personally. That's way above your pay grade, but you know that he's done business, and to the best of your knowledge, he's never crossed any of, at least the knots you know, kind of thing. You do know that his word is his bond. If he doesn't want to do something, he won't promise it, but if he promises something, he makes good on it. So that's what you know about the establishment.
Okay. Pretty fancy place. I'll try and keep my nose down as I follow this group.
Yeah, I mean,
Liam just head straight for the staircase looking for the redheaded assistant.
you do remember that there are guards that are standing there, and are you looking for a booth, sir?
Gentlemen, I actually have a contractual obligation with the man upstairs. I believe his assistant can vouch for me if one of y'all wants to go get her. And then I kind of look, and is one of them the dude that I intimidated before, or that I whammied before?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Just because I know my mental prowess works better when it's somebody that I've done this to before. I'm just going to use just a little bit of awe and just kind of make him more comfortable with me all over again.
Okay.
Just a little awe.
He goes, do you have to make a roll? Yeah.
I do, just charisma performance.
Okay.
I got 3 successes, so actually both of them would be affected.
Yeah. So they're both looking. Oh, yes, right away, sir. Yeah, right away. And the other guy kind of scurries up the stairs, and a little bit of time goes by, and you see at the top of the stairs the woman wearing her red dress, black boots, with her red hair back in curls, and the gentleman's pointing down, and she kind of pats him on the shoulder, and
Well, my dear, you are an absolute vision in that color. I apologize for my rather downtrodden appearance, but
yes.
I believe I've brought our mutual friend exactly what he's asked for.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be very happy to hear it, although I must say he is not in at the moment.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Is he going to be in tomorrow evening?
He will be. However, if it's the business I'm aware of, he would actually be very interested to meet with you. I can take you to him if you would like.
I believe my associates here are more than adequately taken care of. So yes, by all means, lead the way.
Sure.
The rest of you see her walk back, and she goes, "It's good to see you all again, although I think you've brought a new face here." As she looks at Noah.
And it's like, my apologies. Noah, may I introduce a random NPC whose name I forgot long ago?
You're
Yeah, she's just Scarlet in my head.
I know.
Do any of you remember her name? Or
Walter asked for her name finally because
she
no
did
one
give it.
had, and Walter asked for her name finally, and I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
Well, regardless of them,
A long
I'd
time
say
ago.
it's pleased to meet your acquaintance, ma'am. And I reach my hand out for hers.
Isn't there a roll we can do from memory?
There is. It's straight wits to remember.
Well, I would like to.
Oh, even if
you
I
know,
remembered, it doesn't help you.
I would like to
would
hope
like-
that my characters got enough wits for this, so let's find. Well, that's 3 successes on that roll.
I also
I
got 3.
would like to introduce myself as Noah at your service.
Her
Whatever
name
I
was
can do
indeed
to help you.
Scarlet.
Hey. Wow. Look at that.
So Noah, may I introduce the Lady Scarlet?
Pleasure. Oh,
Yeah, Walter
and
kind of cocks a smile and tips his hat to her.
I give her a quick up and down look, and I tell her, Scarlet's the name. I'd like to call you Sanguine because you look so delicious.
Oh boy.
charming. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Golden Goose. If you are interested in membership, we can help you with that. If not, enjoy the festivities. Have you joined this particular group?
I have come to travel with them.
Very well. Well, I'm sure they make wonderful company.
I believe it would only benefit me to join your prestigious country club, if I may.
That's something you'll have to discuss with the owner, but we are going to meet him now, so that's something you can bring up in your own time. Mr. Duquesne.
Yes, love.
In the future, if you do wish to speak with myself or Mr. Black, there's no need to further entice the staff. You are already a member of this establishment, and they would be happy to acquiesce to your request.
I appreciate it. Although the young man that's at the staircase is just a particularly enjoyable mouse toy, if you will, sometimes.
Yes, that indeed he is. Now, if you all would like to follow me, I'm sure Mr. Black would be happy to see you all. He's just concluding a little business.
All of us? I don't need to crowd the room.
If you don't wish to come, you don't have to.
Yeah, I think I'll take in the casino.
Very well. Is anyone else staying behind?
I'll come along with you all.
All right, so is it just Walter staying by his onesies?
Walter knows he can't lie for shit, and he is staying far away.
Fair enough. All right, so she escorts you all out. And by the way, Noah, you're noted. Give me a perception plus empathy roll, please.
What was that? Plus empathy?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. So I botched it once, and so no successes.
No, none success. Okay, you don't notice anything. You're just taking in the fanciness of the place. You guys leave, and she goes, "It's just going to be a short walk this way." And she starts heading you through town. Did you all have a and she notices the carriage out front and the valets that are kind of taking it to the stable in the back. I see you brought back the carriage. That is well done. Glad that we did not have to send for it.
Honestly, I'm mostly just impressed it made it in one piece at all. Normally we have a bit more of a disastrous time with equipment.
That would have been unfortunate for you. Oh, and Miss Barito, what happened to you?
That's her new language.
Articulate.
I had an unfortunate interaction with, thankfully, this individual has met their doom.
Oh, and which individual was that?
Mm. It's rather
Someone I never
nasty,
have to see again.
ha 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 ha.
Ooh,
it's
full circle.
Mhm.
Interesting. Very well. And she continues on. And you guys walk for a bit, you start getting away from the noise of the crowd and everything else. And you see that you're actually going towards the jail and the sheriff's station. And you see on a rocking chair out front, kind of an older, grizzled kind of like guy, big mustache and beard, mostly white with a little bit gray, kind of scraggly. Looks like a tough guy just by looking at him, but probably a little bit past his prime, just a smidge. And he's sitting there, and Miss Scarlet. Hello, Sheriff. How are we this evening? Just fine, I reckon. Who are these folks? They are here for business with Mr. Black. I assume he's still making use of the facilities. Mm-hmm. Yep. Very good. And I'm sure the package arrived so that way this is all going to be easily smoothed over in the morning. Don't worry about it. I never do. And he doesn't stop as you walk through. And you're very much getting the idea that Mr. Black owns this town one way or another. Like, the law answers to him. He is the law in here. And you guys walk and you hear as two gunshots ring out. Sheriff doesn't flinch. Scarlet doesn't flinch. Shall we? It seems like he's just concluding.
Ooh. Well, all right then.
You walk in and there's the the main little like desk and chair that the sheriff's at. Whole bunch of wanted posters on the back. You see the line of cells. No one seems to be in them at the moment. And she leads you to a back door that leads to a stone wall. The wall itself is about 10, 12 feet tall. There is a noose, a hangman's setup in the back there. But against the wall, there's a couple of wood beams in the ground that you get the idea that this is where a firing squad is. And there in his all black suit with the gloves, the jeweled rings on his fingers, the black cravat with the single diamond, a shaved head, but still wearing his dark sunglasses, you see Mr. Black with smoke coming off of the barrel of a pistol as you see 4 men, 3 of which are dead with blood coming down, and he's aiming at the last. You disappointed me, Johnson, but no matter. We will resolve that right now. No, sir, please, no. Right between the eyes and shoots the last guy. Except for Adele, because this is a sight-based thing. Everyone give me a perception plus alertness.
I'm in a bag. Does that count?
Oh yeah, never mind, except for Wea too.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Yeah, guys, I'm in a bag. I won't be doing that.
Four
I couldn't
successes.
possibly.
How many successes?
4.
Okay, so 3, 4, 4. And how many, Walter?
He's
I'm
not there. He
there.
didn't go with us.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gambling.
Atris and Liam. Noah, you know these uniforms. Two of them look like U.S. Marshals. And two of them look like employees of some train or another. Liam and Atris, you specifically notice that they are wearing the uniforms of the train that you guys robbed.
We didn't rob
Um,
nothing.
And the one he just shot was actually the engineer who was driving the train. And two of the marshals are two of them that you didn't slaughter during the thing, who he is just now killed. Go ahead and give me all of you can do this, a perception plus empathy roll. Adele, you're doing it based off of his voice on what you heard. Wea, you can do it too based off of hearing.
Difficulty?
Standard. Two
Two
successes, 2 successes,
2 as well.
2 successes.
Oh boy, hold on.
I got 6.
6 successes.
Hold on. 7.
Okay. Atris, Noah, Liam, he mad. Oh, he is very angry. He is not in a good mood. He is keeping Liam, you know this very well. He is keeping the guise of the gentleman and the businessman. But combined with the fact that he just executed 4 guys and decided to do it personally rather than have someone else do it, he's sending a message and he is not pleased at the moment. Wea and Adele, you're picking up that he's not currently frenzying, but it probably wouldn't take him long to get there. Now's not the time to fuck with this dude. And
Well, I'm sure whatever this is, they deserved it.
You have returned. Yes, sir. They have completed business with you that they wish to finalize. Very good. Well, you've caught me at I'm afraid, very unfortunate time. A very big disappointment. There was a delivery I was expecting that now seems I'm going to have to track down.
Wow, that is disappointing. I know how much I hate it when my packages get lost.
Indeed. But tell me, how was your trip? I hope the carriage was to your liking.
Oh, it is absolutely to my liking. In fact, we even acquired a rather prized revenant. In our journey there, those are some magnificent beasts. But I have some information that I think you'll find very interesting.
Give me just a moment, would you please? As you see Scarlet lean in and start to whisper into his ear.
I don't have heightened sensors or big ear, so I can't eavesdrop.
Can try and eavesdrop in owl form, or is that too much?
You can. It's going to be at a higher difficulty because even with your heightened sense, you're in a duffel bag.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's the difficulty?
Adele's not in a duffel bag, though. You still with us, Adele?
To listen.
If you want to try.
Sure.
So it's going to be the before any changes or anything else, it's going to be difficulty 9, and then you can add your things that help.
Okay.
Wow, I rolled
So
really well.
I mean, for my aspects for heightened senses, it just says reflexive.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say I roll anything.
Well, you gotta.
It's still going to be a perception plus alertness.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm pretty.
So what
I'm
does it
so
say?
pretty.
Drops the difficulty down to.
Now the difficulty minus my aspects. So my aspects is 4. So the difficulty is -4.
Okay, so it's going to be difficulty 5.
Oh no.
And then way out. What's yours? Lower it to.
If the roll was 9, mine gets lowered to 8, and I got 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay.
This is treating me real well tonight. It has given me so many 10s.
The way a dice is treating you well.
Yeah. Okay.
All about the gemstones tonight.
Yep.
Seriously. Dang. Oh my god.
These gems are outrageous. Truly, truly, truly
Uh,
outrageous.
No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7.
Okay, so 7 successes for you. How many, Waya? What was that?
I got 6.
6? Okay.
6.
You both hear her whisper. So I went ahead and scanned them as you wished, and as you noticed, the Miss Barito seems to have something altered with her face, and I can't be for sure, but I believe Mr. Duquesne is looking a little bit worse for wear as well too. And the 2 you hired were not found.
Fucked.
And if they were looking for Kasim, he is in Indian territory where the train ended. Nothing conclusive, but might warrant further questioning. Very good, my dear. Thank you very much. And again, the only people that heard that in-game was Adele and Wea.
I'm gonna speak telepathically to Liam.
Okay.
And okay, so difficulty is his current willpower.
Which is 9.
Fuck.
Ah,
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Hear me!
You cannot mind fuck Liam. It does not work.
I'm not. I just want him to hear what I have to fucking say.
Yep, still counts.
She can't bat her eyelashes insistently. She doesn't have any.
Hey,
Rude.
So she has to resort to will.
What's it called? Yeah, I'm gonna basically tell him they know that the people that the Nas and the Shimisi they put on the train are no longer, yeah, what she said. That.
Roll for that's what she said.
Uh,
Oh, hey, okay. I got a singular 10. Okay, including the 10 and the willpower, I got 2 successes.
Okay, Liam, you hear this message come through of Adele warning you that they are aware that that the chameleon and the defiler are missing at the very least,
And that they likely caused our issues.
Well, they potentially could have caused our issues.
There's a causation, if not, it's one of those things of it's not necessarily conclusive, but it's enough that there's suspicion.
Yeah.
And the bullshit's already forming in Liam's brain.
Especially because of the area that they knew you guys were traveling to and it being nearby where the train lets off. It wasn't like you guys were a different state away, or, or anything
He also
like that.
didn't know we were going on the train. As far as he knew, we needed the carriage to get to where we were
Correct.
going.
There's nothing conclusive as far as you guys know that it's on the train. You just know that.
I just want him to be aware that they're still.
No, and I thank you for that, because the bullshit meter is now starting to turn in here.
And so he turns and then looks at you and then goes, "So, do tell me about your trip." And that is where we're going to end it tonight.
The cliffhanger.
I will say,
Ah.
I'm very
There we go.
thankful, so thankful of the times that I've remembered I have telepathy, because since remembering I have telepathy or realizing it, god dang!
So y'all get an XP for showing up.
I like being.
Yay!
We
Do
showed
you
up.
feel like you were in danger?
Do now.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
going to
Yes.
say I feel endangered now, but nobody else but me, Liam, and Atris know that.
Right. So I'm gonna.
Well,
I'm
Andrews doesn't know
whistling and
that.
humming to myself at a poker table,
Right.
having a
Other
great
than-
time.
other than currently, I did try to climb a moving vehicle.
I'm gonna say for this session, I'm not gonna give you guys the second XP because since it was kind of the tail end of it.
Fair.
Okay, fair.
Fine.
However, you can get at least the other XP by telling me something interesting your character learned or something badass your character did. We're going to start with Wea.
Oh, I started off this time. Nice. Well,
You see,
I guess I'll go with the this one so more people can get the other one that I was thinking of. But I learned a little bit about Noah's backstory and how his fucking sire left him like a complete dickhead.
Yeah, that sucks.
And especially coming from Wea's background of how much his sire pushed him to not become certain things, that kind of sucks and rings a bell with Wea. Would that be acceptable?
Yeah, I'll give you that. Adele.
Well, I learned that we might be fucked, but also that
What else is new for you guys?
It's
True.
like, when aren't we?
Every
true.
end
That's
of an
not
episode.
specific enough. Specifically, I learned that, you know what, that Adele is going to plan to have a special one-on-one fashion school day with Walter to teach him the
God damn it.
basics on, hey, if I request this type of outfit, then this
I mean,
is
at a
what
certain
I
point,
like.
Adele just needs to Google a tailor. Like,
That's a good idea.
There's one nearby.
Sure, I'll give it to you. Liam.
Liam got to use Mask of a Thousand Faces for the first time.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. I'll give it to you for that.
What?
Your hard-earned out of clan disciplines. Atris.
Oh, apparently we back in Indian Territory killed a couple people that caused us to now owe us more favors to more people.
Yeah. I mean, fires in Old West towns were kind of a big deal when you have a bunch of very close in buildings made out of super flammable material and not much
Wood,
of,
fire. Who knew?
And alcohol.
not much of a great fire brigade. It wasn't like they had fire trucks back then, at least not how we envision them now. Jeff.
Well, I found some fancy duds and I climbed a car. But
Technically climbed a carriage, but yes.
yes, so much more bumpy. Other than that, I would say I introduced myself to high society.
Yeah, I'll say for a Nos to pick out the right clothes in high society, that was pretty cool. Walter.
I helpfully and selflessly helped to dress Adele in the latest fashions of the 1700s, but she rejected it.
We live in the 1800s, but he got her 1700s good crap.
At that point,
I
it's
was-
just retro.
An attempt was made.
I think Walter was born in the 1700s, so you know what?
Just
actual-
like my mama used to wear.
my accomplishments as Walter are really just taking people clothes shopping successfully and undetected in one of the best places I remembered in
Yeah,
town.
also I'll say I'll give it to you for that athletics roll to get into the window of the back of the place.
That was a little tenuous. There were a lot of ones in that roll.
Yeah. You scared the crap out of a cat, but you know.
Good thing
All right,
that they
guys.
don't attack like guard dogs.
Right.
Our
Find out.
cats.
Oh my god, it's a Gould cat.
Yeah, we've had a few of those in game.
All right, guys. Thank you everyone at home for watching us. Again, if you're enjoying our adventure and want to see where it keeps going and get notifications about new videos and things like that, go ahead and click that like and subscribe. Go ahead and share with your friends, have us watch. If you do have questions about the campaign, things that you're curious about, go ahead and comment below. Maybe we'll do another Q&A video down the road answering some of those questions. Maybe you getting to have a Q&A with maybe some of the other players and get to get their answers on things. We will be releasing more videos of the character backstories, as well as my series of videos that I'm going to partner with the other players and do a little bit more of the backstory of the game. So that'll kind of walk you through session 1 all the way up to right before we start recording, as well as kind of giving you more of an introductory to the world of Vampire the Masquerade. So we'll talk about what vampires are in this universe and how they work and the history and everything else. Just so that way, for those of you who have never played before and kind of want to understand the universe a little bit more, or those who have played but want to understand my version of the universe and how things work, give you a better understanding of the game. Those videos are on their way. We'll be releasing them sporadically every so often. Until then, we'll see you hopefully next week. Thank you for watching. And until next week, keep your fangs and your wits sharp, and we'll see you next time.
Aw.
Bye bye.